Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another Walking Dead Survivor stream here on Lily Sineki channel. I'm as always your host, Airly Hot Patriot, and for today's episode, we're going to talk about the new mini game Hunt the Hunters that started last night within the couple various regions I'm playing in. They said they were going to roll out to all the regions, but I think it's supposed to be in select regions right now. But it came in both my Season X region and my Season 8 region for my secondary region. So I don't know. But one thing I do know, though, is that this game hardcore benefits the whale / pay-to-win people. And the reason behind it, obviously, is the fact that when you're attacking the various giant statue people, wherever it is there, that are the main carnivores folks with attacks, it fixes it at a minute per attack, no matter what. Like, even if you're like right next to the motherfucker, you still gotta wait a minute to attack him. Is what it is there. Unless you're putting a bunch of money into speed ups, and then obviously, if you can do that stuff, you can be that guy that's like, has $100,000 in this game, where the hell it is at this point, honestly, because that's probably what it would take, honestly, to do all that. And you could just sit there and keep spamming like 50% ones all the time is what it is. Like, yeah, you're going to get ahead a lot faster than everybody else is. Ergo, you end up seeing crazy shit. Like specifically, this set of lines right here that I'm going to show momentarily, which is all the pay-to-win people like jumping in on this and trying to get hits in and stuff like that. And you just see these vehicles coming in like crazy fast is what it is right there. Well, then you see all the other slow ones coming in. These are all the ones that are up for like a minute is what it is there. They're even like right next to the damn thing. So yeah, basically what happens is they give you a 30 hits per day on each one of the dudes. It's every 8 hours they spawn again in a different place on the season map is what it is. And it coalesces with the rewards is what it is, which I'm going to go ahead and grab those right now as another screen cap, since it's not letting me show the game I'm assuming right now. Let me check just to confirm on that one, because I'm trying to do a screen present right now. Nope, just coming up like this again, obviously. Hate when it fucking does that. Alright, let me go ahead and go to that then, because I got just over 7. It's interesting to me because it's supposed to be when you actually look at the thing, it says 3 days, 8 hours left on it. But then when you actually click on it, it says 2 days, 8 hours. So I'm assuming this is a 3-day event. That'd be the case. But yeah, as it is right now, I am 7 million into this account. And the reward structure for this is 170,000. Which, by the way, apparently during this event, you can actually get Pamela fragments, which is really nice, actually, because it allows you to get Pamela a lot faster than if that'd be the case. So yeah, it's 170,000, 350,000, 525,000, 675,000, 850,000, and 1,025,000. That's all the bronze. That's all like the brown boxes they have in there, or like bronze or whatever it is. Those all contain a Pamela fragment and some various epic army supply chests is what it is. And then 1,450,000. It doubles the supply chest, still has a single Pamela fragment in that one. And then you go 1,875,000, 2.3 million, 3 million, 3,850,000, and then 4.8 million. And that's all the silver ones. They all have a single Pamela fragment in them still, and that's where your supply chest is 8 still is what it is. And then we go to 6.3 million, which it ups it to 12 supply chest, still a single Pamela fragment. 8 million, which is again another Pamela fragment, 9 million, 10.5 million, or sorry, yeah, 6.3 million, 8 million, and 9 million are all Pamela fragments for the gold legendary chests. And then once you hit to 10.5 million, 11.5 million, and 12.5 million respectively, which is the final chest, those three are a single epic or a single legendary fragment. Or, the gold hats is what it is there. 2 at 11.5 million, then 3 at 12.5 million. So essentially you're getting, if you're able to get all the rewards in these points, for personal points here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You get 15 Pamela fragments and 6 legendary frags. So that's not bad. And then, of course, your points also in personal and stuff like that add up to on that one for the season region rankings is what it is here, which as long as you're able to make top 700, you're actually going to get something. And right now, I'm technically in 201 to 400 right now. And if I'm able to stay in, then I'll end up with 4 Pamela fragments and 600 minutes of speed ups after the fact. And obviously, 401 to 700 is 3 Pamela fragments, 500 minutes of like any kind of speed up. And then among clan member ranking is maxing the 6 to 10 rank right now. And I'll get, if I stay in this rank, I'll get to 12 long range transmissions and 480 minutes of speed ups as well on that one. So it's an interesting game for sure. That being said, apparently if you're the number 1 person in this game, you get 15 Pamela fragments and 3,000 minutes of speed ups for the season region ranking is what it is right there. So, and right now the guy holding that is Big Tex from Odin in this account specifically from 230. And then Michael, who's one of our guys from WWE, is actually second in place right now by about 100,000 less. So, oh, they also introduced something else this week too called Moment of Joy, which is really weird. It's a weird event. It's been going on for a couple days now, and it every single day you log in, it gives you it has various tasks and stuff, and you can get chocolate bars for that, and then you pay for the roses 2 a day for 1,000 rubies is what it is. Combined, it's like 500 a piece is what it is there. And then, of course, it's a bunch of other money out the door at that point. Like the cheapest thing after that is like 50 roses for $5 is what it is and stuff. And you can send the appreciation stuff to people. It's really odd, honestly. It is very, very strange. So I really don't understand it personally, but that's just me. I don't really get that. But the nice thing about it is it actually is giving rewards when you're sending the stuff to the people. So basically my whole thing for this account now, I've just been sending mine to Michael all day is what it is, because he's 4th in place right now. And I figure, hey, guys in the region, he's, high up there and stuff like that. Might as well just get him up there, further and further is what it is, and let him have at least some kind of taking of something there is what it is. So if that means he takes, tops or whatever, that's fine, whatever it is, So, but yeah, they apparently are given gold fire wings. It's called Mirage Gold Fire Wings is what you get for those top 20 people that are in there. Get those. You also get a couple universal fragments and some other stuff too, which is cool for them, but at the same time, it'd be nice to just give it to everybody, honestly. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is, man. Unfortunately, it can't really be helped. So, actually, this is interesting on the generous one side. It is rubies on the end of those. Obviously, it's epic or legendary fragments, long range transmissions, and then rubies on the other side of it with the wings and stuff. And then on the popular one side, it is blue flare wings for 30 days, Heart's March line for 30 days, and then legendary fragments, bullets, and single minute speed ups, a bunch of those. Similar to They also brought back this Smash the Scarecrow thing today, which is the best way you can have to get the vehicle tokens, because you get 40 of them there if you do 30 things. Which to me is kind of a lot to ask, honestly. And it does piss me off, because this is the one thing where you can only do one of these things. So it's basically you either get 40 vehicle fragments, 20 anvils, 2 7-skilled dogs, or 10 of the version stuff for the other kind of weaponry for your construction guys and stuff like that. So it is kind of fucked up. And again, this is all this pay to win shit where it's, 300 a fucking extra goes what it is there, which is absolutely ridiculous. And it, again, only benefits people that are paying to win, and getting ahead like that is what it is. So it does suck on that aspect of things, because it's just a way to screw people over is what it is, dude. And it's not okay, man. That being said, the nice thing about this current thing that I'm in right now with what am I trying to say? With this Hunt the Hunters thing is what it is. When you're beating these dudes, you're actually getting a bunch of extra stuff when it comes to things. So apparently vodka is now the region chief in my secondary region. Here's what it is. That's cool. That's cool. Good for her. She's not bad. She was actually one of the people that told me to come over to this region. So, now, granted, that being said, I'm also not in her actual clan when this whole thing is said and done, which kind of sucks. But especially considering the WB guys told me I was going to be part of them, is what it is, and yeah, fucking ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, I'm to the point right now where it's like, do I really want to spend money to leave this region in a cross-region relocation? And the answer is, it depends. Like, obviously, we're getting fucked over this whole time and stuff like that, but at the same time, I'm just like, I really don't feel like spending money to leave here is what it is, in like 70 days, 80 days, whatever the hell it's going to be now. So, that being said, do I really want to stay and like deal with stuff? I don't know. It depends. So, I mean, if we can get, like, honestly, if we could get better and have like a good functioning deal, not have to deal with the 22-30 people in Odin and Loki and shit like that, like, I think we'd be better off is what it is. So, but yeah, it's not a bad game though. One thing I did notice too is how much different it is between reward hits from that secondary region where my dudes are like maybe just over 100 and stuff like that, or maybe like 110 or something at most is what it is there, comparing to the dudes that are on the other side of the stuff that are like way, way higher is what it is there. And those guys, whew, buddy. My main region right now, where these dudes are like 130s and shit like that, it legit was like 5 to 10 hits, and I was able to get like all those fucking rewards. So that does show you there is a difference between this game is what it is. And I think that's what people need to wake up and realize is like, the longer you're playing, the more likelihood you are to actually be in good shape. There's what it is. And unfortunately for the people that are, stuck back several seasons and stuck back like a bunch of times what it is and stuff like that, like, yeah, you're just fucked, dude, for the season, unfortunately. And it sucks to be you, really, because it's just not fun, dude. It really isn't. So, and I know how it feels, man. It does. It sucks ass. So, just got 2,000 elite speed up stuff on that one. Actually, that 10 sucked ass, to be honest with you. That was probably the worst I've ever seen in my entire life when it came to stuff. Like, I got 2,000 for the elite points to level out or whatever, and that was pretty much it from those 10 for the scarecrow thing. Like, that was seriously one of the worst goes I've ever had in my entire life with those things, dude. It was sad and pathetic at the same time. And that's the problem with this game in general, is that random number generator shit is what it is. The RNG is what it is there, where they basically screw you out of like a whole bunch of better stuff is what it is. So, and yeah, unless you're paying to win like fucking crazy and, doing whatever to get the stuff, like, you're probably not getting ahead in this game, unfortunately. That being said, I have a shit ton of rubies left in each one of my main accounts for some reason. I don't know how the hell that happened. The only thing I can think is it had to be when I was doing my stuff recently. And, yeah, it must have been when I was doing those bingos or something like that and paying, the coin out the doors what it is or something like that. And I was able to hold on to it or something. I don't know. But either way, doesn't matter. What matters is that, the shit's been done and it's good to go is what it is there. So, Yeah, right now I need to get the rest of these radios done real quick before my time expires here in about 15 minutes, give or take. So, ooh, just got some Dwights. Nice. Gonna grab some of these right now. Looks like people are going after cargo stuff. Makes sense. We got the season skirmishes going on right now. Yeah, the only thing that sucks about that is when you're not paying attention or you're not online, you're missing out on those stuffs too for a lot. So, yeah, just kind of sucks ass on that one. But again, it is what it is. So, and unfortunately, it's a situation where you got to deal with the shit. So, but anyway, I was going to say something else, but I can't remember what it was now. Yeah, it must not have been important. Oh yeah. It sucks to have to go after the walk. Well, what sucks is that you have to go after the walker wagons. What really bothers me about this game in general is if you have more than one account in the same region, it does not allow you to sync accounts to where you could potentially have like one of them controlling the other ones at the same time. That would be a nice feature, honestly, if they added that shit in the future. Where it's like, okay, cool, you have like 2 or 3 accounts together. Here's what it is. Like as long and have it be something where like, don't fucking put a goddamn paywall on it, please, God. Like if you ever do create something like this, game developers, like, don't be a bunch of greedy assholes like that and put like a $10, $20 fucking bullshit ass paywall on it, dude. Because that would actually piss me off even more so than not even having it at all. Because yeah, it would just prove you're a bunch of scumbags. And that's what it is. But anyway, the whole entire point I'm trying to make is though, like, there needs to be something for free at this point for people that have multiple accounts so they can just hit it once is what it is there and stuff, or even have it set up to where they can hit it once or whatever it is there. So, because it'd be so much better. Like even like okay, like for instance, like what I'm talking about specifically is like, say I'm going to go after like one thing with my one account or whatever. Like as soon as I would do that, if the other accounts have not taken down that one for the day or whatever, they can immediately go after that one as well as what it is. And that's what I'm talking about. Like it would be so much better off for everybody involved. So, especially people like me that are, don't want to sit there and spend, the next 40 minutes, whatever the hell it is, getting through, every single fucking account is what it is. Because that's really a pain in the ass is what it is at the end of the day, dude. It really is. It really fucking is. Nice. Got a dog, got a bull, and got some legendary gold medals out of that one. That's about it. Roughly everything else is kind of garbage. For that set of 10. And then the second set of 10 for this one is just absolute garbage, honestly. I got 5 of the construction kind of gold medal things, and that was it. Everything else was trash. It was bars, couple sets of experience, couple experience things for the thing, and then a bunch of legendary shitty medals for the construction crew guys. Yeah, that was just absolute trash, dude, entirely. That really pisses me off when that happens. It makes sense, though. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense because, like, with some of the stuff I just got, like, it's literally like 4% about chance to get that stuff. And then you got 5% chance to get, like, other better stuff. They don't give you that shit. And even, like, the dogs and stuff, it's only... Dog is 3%. The cow and the sheep are both 2% some change. And then, of course, it's 2% for the 20 medals, and it's 0.26%. So it's like a fraction. It's like roughly 1/4% to get 100 reset medals for your dudes. So yeah, it's kind of ridiculous on that one. But yeah, that being said, though, we did get our preservation pays off thing today, though. So I ended up putting a little bit of money I really didn't have into my accounts so I can get the Maggies there because they apparently decided in their infinite wisdom in the last few days or so, here's what it is, that they were going to do a Maggie drop along with the Tyrese and Axel ones I've already done, where if you're basically paying $20, you get 50 Maggies immediately is what it is there. But if you're not paying any money, you get 25 Maggies guaranteed. So basically the point of that is that when you add that to the 7 you can get for $1 every week is what it is, it basically turns into 4 weeks of that. For $4, you can get enough Maggies with the ones you're getting for free to actually unlock her at some point. So, yeah, I'm going to have her unlocked. I already got Tyrese unlocked as of this morning and all the accounts right now, except for the secondary region one, because that really hasn't got enough frags yet, and it's only because all my main ones have the war pass in place, so it's doubling up the Tyrese frags every single day on that, which to me is fucked up that you can have that be doubled on these when you're paying money, but God forbid you don't want to pay a dime and it's just screwing you like that. It's really messed up, is what it is. And again, it's sad when you go back to the microtransaction gaming side of the whole thing, to where they're basically forcing your hand to pay money out the door. And if you're not, you're basically getting fucked, is what it is. So, what the fuck? Oh, okay. I thought this guy was hitting us for a minute there. I'm like, who the fuck is in our shit right now? And then I realized, oh, it's actually the guy that was the dude from earlier, one of our guys. So that's funny. All right. Ooh, we got a bunch of stuff over here to get. So get on these right now, if I can, before they start disappearing. Yeah, I don't know how fucking long. Ooh, 17 minutes on these ones. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to go after right now. 14 minutes on that one. Thank God it's right by me. And then we'll figure out what else has. Also, I'm getting a lot of my dudes up past the 120 mark right now, which 120 in this game is the one where you can get it for free, reset, back down to 0 without having to pay the metal things is what it is. So, but I'd almost rather have them higher up is what it is a little bit, because if they're all, part of my main 12, or wait, 12 or 15. No, I guess it'd be main 15. For my formations and stuff, it's worth it. And actually, we're getting real close right now to Cult Arms to White getting up to the 5-star mark. We got still a few more weeks to get him up there is what it is. But he'll eventually get to a point where he's going to be pretty badass is what it is. And most of the accounts is either a 4-1 or a 4-2 right now is what it is for the mains here. And then he'll be I want to say a 4-3 at some point in the next, probably, it'll most likely be the next time around for the event that happens every couple weeks, the Scavenger Rush. And then it'll just be a matter of time after that to where he actually becomes just a pretty big badass is what it is. And yeah, at that point it'll be nice, because as soon as he gets to 100 and stuff, I'm immediately going to switch him with Pamela, and I'll probably actually down Pamela to she'll either do one of two things happen with her. Actually, she'll either get the treatment or she gets knocked back down, so all of her medals get taken and stuff like that, and used for somebody else or whatever. Then, or it could just be that we just have her as a backup thing, producing bullets and stuff. Because I know she's got some pretty good, like, in that bullet, there, she actually does provide, like, quite a bit at that level. So, for production and stuff. So it might be worth it just have her on that. If that be the case, then I'm not sure. But either way, it'll be really up to time to tell to whenever I do this stuff. So, yeah, it's the whole thing right now. But anyway, the entire point of the matter is that she will definitely be an asset at some point down the road right now. It's just a matter of time before we figure out exactly what kind of asset. So, but anyway, fuck was I saying then? I don't even remember offhand. Yeah, I don't even really recall the hell I was saying now. Whatever, doesn't matter. So anyway, but yeah, so basically, see, the real problem with Pamela in general is is that it's not really that she's a problem. It's the fact that her what the hell do you call that now? Her background in the game is only sharpshooters is what it is for her formations. And so basically she's not a good fit in a Negan governor combo when they can literally be sent out and gather a bunch of stuff throughout the time, and then you're basically having to switch her out with like Sniper Andrew or something like that to be able to get stuff, where it'd be nice to just have that, 100 level 100 Dwight is what it is, and then just be able to simply have him turn around and be sent out to go get all your shit for you is what it is then. So, and if that is the case, it'll be a lot better off then, and we can actually get things done correctly is what it is there. So, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on right now, and it's only a matter of time before Call to Arms Dwight becomes like an actual heavy hitter in this game, because eventually he will overtake Pamela, obviously, because of the fact that you have, obviously, every 2 weeks, he'll be getting 70 fragments no matter what. And so basically what's going to happen there is it obviously takes 90 when you're at level 4 to get him up to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then eventually 5. And then after that, obviously, it takes 110. So basically it's every time now, it is between that time and the rest of the time, you're able to basically get enough fragmentation between that main week event there is what it is for the scavenger rush, and what is used on the Sundays for the extra fragmentation now is what it is. And if you get all that stuff done together, you actually have the ability to get much farther ahead, because you're basically at 90 roughly, give or take, at that point, or like 85, something like that, give or take is what it is there. And so as long as you're getting like a couple extra Dwight fragments throughout the week, then is what it is. That could also double as Pamela fragments too, by the way. For the like 12K mark or 12 mil markers, what it is in those things, you're actually able to get enough Dwight fragmentation then to have him be able to get your stuff for you. And it's at that point then that you're basically it's kind of game changing at that point, because you're able to then turn around and get enough of everything to then have the ability to make yourself better off in the long run. And unfortunately, there is a lot of things that people don't realize that if you're not paying attention, you're not going to get ahead in this game. And it needs to be something where you work shit out on yourself and figure it out. Because if you can figure it out correctly, dude, you are so much better off is what it is. And I'll tell you right now, like, having kind of figured it out at this point a little bit and started doing, autistic number crunching and stuff over the last couple months now, this is exactly why my Dwights are where they're at right now. Is because I was figuring out how many Pamela fragments I needed, and then I'm like, okay, cool, here's how many Dwight fragments I need at some point now. And here's like a timeline of events where I'll have them up there. And really it's interesting because they obviously changed the payout too on the thing, because I know it was less than that before, and I think it was only like 40 or 50 to begin with. Now it's 70 every time, at least these next regions anyway. And so yeah, basically what should have been like another month or so for me to even have like a level 4 Dwight in these accounts is now up to like a 4-2 or a 4-3 already is what it is now in some cases. So yeah, it's much better off is what it is. And I'll tell you right now, like, it is definitely worth it. It is definitely worth it for sure. And it's time to have a better overall deal going and stuff like that. So yeah. Of course, CNN's reporting ground beef recall due to possible E. coli contamination. Sure there is, people. Except for the fact you fuckers are constantly saying this shit now for the last like 2 months or so. When it comes to, oh, there's a recall on this thing and that thing and this thing and that. It's like, okay, so either fire the illegals that are obviously potentially making these contaminations happen in these fucking food factory plants that are packaging this shit up, or secondarily, quit fucking lying to the American people and falsely claiming there's contamination when there's not. Because that's basically what it is, dude. It's a mix of the two things. It's either you have shitty fucking practices because you're hiring people that have no fucking business being in the goddamn food packing industry is what it is there. Because they have no fucking clue what the hell they're doing is what it is. And they literally fucking spray shit in the goddamn meat, and then it's fucking contaminated meat is what it is. And that's how you get the E. coli outbreaks and stuff. Or it's you're straight up lying to people so you can take a bunch of fucking meat, chicken, etc., out of the food supply and fuck people out of their ability to be able to prep is what it is then. Which is exactly why I will sit there every single day and advocate for, if you have a local butcher, use local butchers, dude. That's what I have done this entire time right now. And there's a reason why I will continue to use that place over there in my local area. Because there's no way I'm not going to. It would be stupid of me not to. So, but yeah, they're really good when it comes to producing off. They're, I don't want to say not producing off. Being able to get my stuff that I need right there is what it is, and doing what I need to do basically. So, gonna probably miss out on this one in a couple of accounts, unfortunately, because we got about a minute and a half right now before it disappears. That's the problem when you get in on these and you don't realize how quickly they're going to disappear. That one's going to be gone pretty soon too, so I'll probably get in this account, but not the other one, unfortunately. Yeah, it sucks missing on some of these boxes. See, that's the problem with these boxes only being there for like an hour. They really should stay for at least 2 hours at that point, dude. Like that, if there's one thing I would like to see the developers change, it would be how long the Negan boxes and the season region boxes and stuff like that for the different walker dudes stay. Because it shouldn't just be 60 minutes, it should be at least 2 hours, honestly, dude. Because the thing is, like, who's to say I'm not, at work or somebody else isn't at work and they're, they log in and they like just barely get to the shit or clicking on it or whatever the case be, but it's just now gone or whatever then, and they're just fucked is what it is. So yeah, it really sucks for them, dude. But anyway, the entire point of the matter is just bullshit. So fuck was I saying? I don't remember now. But yeah, it's just absolute crap is what it is, dude. And then the problem with that is too, as well, is like it's hard as fuck to even get to that shit. Even if you're doing like crazy speed ups and stuff, you might not get to it in time, obviously. Or at least, well, really, what I would really say, honestly, is not even just have it be a 60-minute. Even if you're gonna do a 60-minute thing, like leave it for like another minute or so after the fact, to where it's like gonna disappear or whatever. Because the problem is they'll leave it for like 5 to 10 seconds after that, then, and then it just gets fucked over. That's what it is. So come on, fucking respond, you piece of shit. God damn it. So sick and tired. They really need to fix their fucking PC side too at this point, because I swear to God, every single fucking time I've logged in now for like the last 3 updates, it constantly is giving me unresponsive bullshit right now is what it is, dude. And this is by the way, it's cost me fucking time right now is what it is, dude. It's just unresponsive crap right now that I'm having to fucking deal with. Where it's just like, oh, not responding. Fuck off, dude. Like, fix your goddamn shit, people. Like, do your fucking algorithm stuff so you can get the shit in there is what it is. And I guarantee I've now spent enough time on that one to where it's not going to have any time left on those 2 that I just missed out on, probably most likely would be my guess. Fucking pisses me off. I probably could have got to him if it wasn't for being, well, if it wasn't for your stupid fucking game being unresponsive like a dickhead. I know it's not on my side either for that matter, because I've talked to other people too about it. And they said it's a fucking game issue right now. Because that's the thing. It was working fine, like, legit, like 2 months ago, before, like, 3 or 4 updates ago is what it was there. And, like, ever since, like, or maybe it was more like 3 months ago, because it would have been, I think, sometime in August is when it started fucking up like this. So, like, 2.5, 3 months ago, someplace in there. Yeah, it's just super fucking annoying, dude, because it's... And I get you're trying to connect to the servers, I'm guessing, but it's like, don't be fucking doing that shit and then like sit there and be an asshole constantly is what it is. And it's like, that's the problem, is just being a constant little fucking asshole. So, yep, missed out on that one. Damn. Anyway, yeah, it's a bunch of shit, honestly, dude. And like I said, it really fucking pisses me off because it's like, again, I'm missing out on, vital shit is what it is right now. So, yep, that one's almost gone. Trying to get to some of these that are never going to be gone in a minute or so. But yeah, it's a bunch of crap is what it is, dude. And it's really fucking irritating because, again, it doesn't need to be that way. And again, it wouldn't be a fucking issue if they even just extend the damn time by like an hour or something. Like, I get you want to like pop up more dudes or whatever people to go after, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, what about the ones that people haven't got a chance to get is what it is. So that's what's fucking frustrating. But yeah, I've probably gotten like a handful of extra Negan fragments in every account throughout the. This is getting really fucking aggravating right now, dude. God damn it, fucking respond, you piece of shit. There is zero fucking reason this should be doing this right now. The problem is, too, when I got the PC set, and then it's fucking gotta go to my damn phone then. Fucking pain in the ass, because now I gotta go over here, fucking log in on this damn thing, reset the motherfucking parameters again, and hopefully get there in fucking time. Which is not like the phone side doesn't drop shit too, for the matter, but it's like, it's a lot better than the PC side when it comes to unresponsiveness, I guess is what I'd say, but still it's like a bunch of shit, honestly. I think really their problem is that their servers are probably getting overloaded is what it is. They're just going to buy more servers is what it is, or buy more server space is what it would be then or something. Have better server connections maybe even in the States here is what it is. So, I don't know. It is what it is, man. But the entire point of the matter is it's just fucking ridiculous what it is. Yeah, I don't like this stupid. Get your fucking displays off here. God damn. Gotta get this fucking display piece off now. It's being all retarded and shit. Okay. Nope, I just missed out on that one. Motherfucker. Of course I did. Of course I fucking missed out on it. Goddamn unresponsive bullshit. It pisses me off, dude. Yep, just disappeared on me. Fuck me. Son of a bitch. It's really fucking annoying, dude. Yeah, like I said, it stays there for roughly like, I think it's like 5 to 10 more seconds after the fact and then just disappears on you. Bunch of horse shit. How did I just see that? Okay, there it is right there. It's in the middle of everybody else there. There's a couple there between everybody else, apparently. But yeah, it's super fucking frustrating, dude. So, anyway. But, yeah, so basically, in a position right now where the game is fun when it actually works. Like, that's the thing. It's just when it doesn't want to fucking work, wants to be an asshole or whatever, and be all unresponsive and shit, that's when it gets fucking frustrating as fuck is what it is. So, ooh, especially when you're like time sensitive shit like that. And then, of course, I'm sure people would be like, oh, why didn't you just go the last hour or so? Because I was doing other stuff. That's why, dude. That's the entire point. I was trying to literally do other things in other accounts to get my shit there is what it is. So, and I literally just found out that people were, well, really, it's a problem with the people that are going after the shit and the times they're going after. Because the thing is, like, it would make sense to do, like, massive, like, knocks on these season skirmish things or whatever if you're actually in the 2-hour windows where you're getting double points. Like, that actually makes sense, right? It doesn't make sense when you're doing them out of that time period and you're getting half the fucking points like a dumbass, and then you're going and doing like 50 fucking attacks on various, walker wagon things what it is or whatever. Like, it's just stupid at that point because you're just a fucking idiot is what it is. Whereas if you just waited like a few hours, you'd be able to get like double those fucking points is what it is. For the same exact hits as what it'd be there. So, like, that's what frustrates the shit out of me is what it is, dude. And like I said, even if there was a, like, and even if I was like paying money for Warpass and stuff like that, right? Like, at that point, if they're going to at least give me the ability to like send my formations out to like grab the boxes or whatever, that would be a nice fucking include as well. If they did that shit, that'd be fucking cool. So, but as far as where they want to do that is what it is. So, you know, it is what it is, unfortunately. But anyway. But yeah, the entire point of the matter is it's like it's a bunch of shit all the way around, dude. It's all a bunch of fuckery is what it is. So anyway. Yeah, super irritating all the way around. I was gonna say something, but I can't recall what it was now. Oh yeah, but going back to the Hunters thing is what it is there. So as long as your accounts are like way higher is what it is there, like 120s, 130s plus or whatever there, you can get in the hits like very quickly and be able to max out your reward stuff within like a matter of a few hits is what it is there. Versus the other people that are, you know, much lower than that, like the 90s, 100s, whatever it is there in those seasons. Like, they're lucky if they can get all the rewards at all throughout that entire time period there. And that's what's going to be a pain in the ass of my secondary region is even at 7 million right now, I'll be lucky in the next day and a half or so if I can get the rest of the shit there's what it is. So it's going to be an uphill battle for sure on that one, and it's going to suck ass for that exact reason. So, but yeah, it's not a fun day at all, man, and it definitely is very, very, very frustrating for sure. Knowing that, you know, I'm going to try to get ahead, but knowing I possibly am not going to be able to get ahead, unfortunately, there is what it is. So, very much a downer, if you will, and definitely for sure a bad deal all the way around. So, I was watching a video last night that was talking about some dude was mentioning about, I guess it was like continental breakfast and stuff like that, or free breakfast or whatever it is at like various places that are hotels, motels, whatever it is there. And I'll tell you what, dude, there really is a difference when it comes to stuff. I remember when I was in Maine about a decade ago with my family. This is back when Mom and I went up there with my aunts and my uncle to go to my other uncle's wedding to his second wife that is now my new aunt is what it is. And so we basically, that was, I'll tell you what, dude, like the fact there's only, I'm trying to think how many people are in that now. I think there's only 3 people alive right now, including myself right now, that actually still know what happened that day because Mom is gone and my uncle is gone. But yeah, it was a crazy deal, man. We were driving through, we drove through basically 2 snowstorms in that whole fucking thing to get to that place because we drove like a single day is what it was, which by the way, if you're ever driving from Ohio to Maine, don't fucking drive like 16 goddamn hours is what it is. Like, that shit's insane, dude. Like, there's no reason to drive that fucking long for any kind of car trip is what it is. So, yeah, because basically the problem is you're driving and across the pretty much entire state of Pennsylvania is what it is there just to get to the actual destination. And it massively sucks ass, dude. It really fucking does. So you're basically dragging ass the entire time. And then, of course, I wouldn't really call them frequent stops because we only stopped every few hours as it was to basically stretch our legs and stuff. Because, you know, obviously your shit starts to cramp up pretty badly in those car rides and stuff like that. Not too much people got to go to the bathroom and everything like that. So basically there was like destination times where we were figuring out like, okay, here's a place we can stop, get out of the van, stretch out, go get something to drink, whatever it is there, go to the bathroom, you know, get some road snacks, whatever it is, convenience store, whatever it's going to be there. Obviously, most of the time it was just what do you call them now? rest stops that we were at for the most part. There is what it was. Which I'll tell you what, the worst place for a rest stop in this country, as far as my opinion is anyway, it might have changed in the last decade, but I highly doubt it because it's fucking New York. It is fucking New York, dude. Fuck New York. Fuck New York State entirely, dude. That place is a fucking shithole on crack, bro. They literally did not have rest stops. They had fucking phone stops, is what it was. Or like I forget what they actually called them. It was like cellular stops or some shit like that. Where it was basically if you wanted to go talk on your phone, you could basically pull off the side of the road on this little like quote unquote rest area that was just a way for you to park your vehicle and talk to somebody on the fucking phone. There was no place to go to the bathroom at those places. There was no place to refuel for drinks and stuff. There was no any kind of facility at all. There was no standing fucking toilets. Nothing, dude. It was basically just like this barren ass fucking like cliffside, essentially, is what it was there. And yeah, it was terrible. It was the worst experience I've ever had in my entire life when it came to quote unquote rest areas in this country. That being said, there's a couple of good ones here in Ohio that we hit as we were leaving the state. There was a couple of really good ones in Pennsylvania, actually, for the most part. I remember there being a decent one, and I think it was, I'm trying to remember exactly what state it was now. Maybe like Delaware or something, I want to say. Because I know we drove through like, I think it was like 12 different states or something to get up to Maine. Or maybe not quite that many, but it was at least like 8 or 10 anyway, something like that. So, because you got to drive through like, because you basically drive through pretty much the entirety of Pennsylvania. You got to drive like a snippet of New York. You got to go through, I believe it is Delaware, Connecticut. That's 4. Connecticut. Rhode Island, Massachusetts. Maine would be 7 itself then. So yeah, it's at least like 7 states, and then if you actually include Ohio too, for that matter, it's like 8 states actually. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fucking driving though, dude. And we even said after the fact when we were all, getting back in the car and stuff like that later on, we were like, yeah, if we ever do this again, we're doing this, multiple day trip is what it is. The only reason we did it in a single day is because we had to get to the wedding is what it was there, because it was, I think we left on like a Thursday or something, or it was a Wednesday even. And yeah, we basically got there like that night, like way late that night. That was also the last time I ever ate McDonald's too, by the way, because it was the only place open at the time to get anything at, which sucked because it's all chemical-based crap at that time. That being said, I'll tell you what, there was a place there in Maine. So for those who don't know, I'm a huge fan of pizza, obviously. Dude, I'll tell you what, like one of the best slices of pizza I ever had in my life was actually there in Maine, of all places. And it was because it was it was like made fresh, and it was kind of like, it wasn't quite as thin as that Jack's pizza I've been eating over the last year or so, but it was definitely like a thinner dough for sure. And essentially it wasn't even really a gas station per se. It was like a convenience store kind of place that was right across the street from or not right across the street. It was right across the parking lot from the hotel we were staying in, and then ended up being, because there was a couple times that we were basically figuring out like what we wanted to do for food or whatever, and we're like, well, let's just go over to the gas station place because they got like hot foods over there and stuff, like, or not gas station. Go over to this convenience store place because they got hot foods over there and stuff, and people were like looking to see what they wanted to get, and a couple of my family got like various like subs of all things, which weren't hot, obviously. And I was looking at like the sections, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really into this, whatever the case be. And then they had like some I forget if it was hot slices of pizza or cold slices of pizza that they had there. And I remember, I think we had a microwave in the fucking place, is what it was, or something. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think maybe they were like it was like a deli coldness or something like that, what it was there. But then we had like an actual microwave within the actual place, is what it was there. And so we were able to get the food that way, is what it was. So, and it was pretty good. I'll tell you what, man. Like it was excellent actually. And I'll tell you what, like I said, it was probably one of the best foods I've eaten in a while now, is what it is. was that pizza at that place. Like I was pleasantly surprised, honestly, with what was there and the selection that we had. Was what it was. So because they obviously had like it was like regular pepperoni, and then they had like various like other stuff too. That was what do you call those ones? Like Supreme and stuff like that is what it was. Which I didn't have any of that. I think my mom had a slice of that is what it was, and she was not really a fan of it because it had like some kind of weird pepper on it that she was not a fan of and wasn't expecting. So. But yeah, the pepperoni was good though. The one thing that bothered me though, it really pissed me off actually, is that it's like we're in Maine, right? And it's like you would think we're in Maine. Let's get some lobsters. Let's get some seafood and stuff. Oh no, we get fucking like baseline fish is what it is because mom was poor as fuck back then even still. And it's like you think like let's splurge a little bit, man. Like we're only gonna live here once. Like we're only gonna be here this one time. Like let's do something for us. Is what it is, But unfortunately, she was like, no, gotta still, clamp the purse strings is what it is there. So it did piss me off whenever I got my lobster, but, it is what it is, I guess. But it was super annoying, though, either way, so. Because I really wanted that lobster. But, yeah. So, anyway. Maybe one day I'll be able to go back there and get that lobster, maybe. Who knows? But I don't know, man. It all depends. I'll tell you what, though. Maine was definitely a nice place. Of course, this is back when I think that guy's name was LePage, was their governor. Before that fucking cunt Janet Mills took over and destroyed their gun rights and everything else like that now. So that might be a shithole for all the fucking now is what it is, but because I know she's doing a bunch of illegal immigration in their state too, for that matter. But yeah, I'll tell you one thing. That back in 2014 when I went there, dude, I felt the safest ever is what it is, and I'll tell you exactly why. And I'm not even gonna lie about it. It's because it was majority white, straight up, dude. It was a bunch of richer white people is what it was there. And I knew it wasn't going to be a bunch of fucking ghetto shit going on there is what it was. So, yeah. In fact, the only people that I'd seen the entire time that I think weren't white was the people that owned the motel we were staying at because they were like an Indian family that came here and were living the American dream is what it was. So, and they were nice too, by the way. The daughter was actually really hot for that matter. At least I assume it was the daughter anyway. It could have been a young wife for the fuck I know, but who knows. So I'm pretty sure it was the guy's daughter. That was what it was. But yeah, they were really nice. And then I'll tell you what, that place had a really good breakfast spread for being like basically almost like it wasn't quite a no-tell motel, but it was like close is what I would call it, honestly. And yeah, it was actually very, very nice for what it was. Unfortunately, they didn't really have like the bed. Like the knock I'll give them though is that they did not change bedding the way they needed to. And the reason I knew that is because this was back when I had really bad psoriasis and I would scratch at night and stuff. And yeah, we'd stayed there for an entire week, I believe it was. And I realized by like day 2 or 3 that they were not changing the fucking sheets at all because I had bled the one night a little bit on one of the sheets or whatever. And then I noticed the next day when the maid came to quote unquote change the sheets, they were not changed. It was still all like blood stain on the one part of it there, and I'm like, that's fucking disgusting, dude. Like you're not gonna change the goddamn sheets, is what it is. So yeah, that's the only reason I would never probably stay there again, just because of that reason alone. So, because like really, it's like, dude, you're in America, like you have the ability to make water on demand, pretty much, and wash your fucking clothing or wash your fucking bedding, like you're not going to do that. People are staying here long term, jackass. So, and then as it was, my uncle and his second wife there that had got married then, they were staying at the place for their honeymoon that night is what it was. And everybody was super cold because it got way cold or whatever. And they were asking for extra sheets. Apparently, this place was so fucking bunch of cheap asses. They didn't even have extra sheets at that point, dude, to give them. because like all the rest of us had already ordered like a couple pairs of what it is there. Well, it wasn't a couple pairs. It was like we had basically said, hey, can we get an extra blanket or something like that? And yeah, they didn't have enough extra blankets and stuff for everybody there. Is what it was, of like 10 people that were staying there that night or whatever it was. And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, yeah, it was not great. Unfortunately, it was like the best we could do at that time. But like I said, their breakfast spread was pretty good though. And it was probably more of a continental breakfast, but it was more, and it goes back to what I was saying about the video I was watching the other day though, is comparing it to some of the shit I've seen online there. Dude, it was way better than some of these other ones there. Like, it was much better than like a Super 8 or something like that is what it was there. Because those ones obviously are, you know, whatevered, and they're not anywhere near as good as this was, obviously. But at the same time, like, yeah, there was definitely stuff that could have been done differently in that place though, and would have been better for everybody as what it is there. But yeah, for the most part, like, it was pretty good. They had trying to think what all they had there. I want to say they had, it was apples, bananas, and then I think maybe oranges or tangerines or something, maybe is what it was there. Like, I feel like there's a third kind of fruit. The bananas themselves were not great though, because they were, you know, they expired too fast, so it is there. But yeah, so that was basically their fruit options. Then they had bagels you could make in their toaster thing. They had all kinds of different cereals and stuff like that. And then I don't remember there being any really like hot food except for the bagels that I made, obviously. And then it was they had a little like mini fridge underneath the counter there where they had a whole bunch of different drinks and stuff in it. And it got to a point where, because we were staying there for so long, we ended up using up their, I forget if it was a gallon of milk or the gallon of juice they had there is what it was. And so yeah, they ended up having to run over to the convenience store then and get another gallon of juice for us then. Which they didn't do it that morning, unfortunately, but it's what it is. But the next day, because we mentioned something there, I think it was after breakfast, we mentioned something about there being no more juice or whatever. And then it was the next day there was like a new gallon of juice in the fridge there is what it was. So yeah, it worked out pretty well. But yeah, it wasn't bad for what it was. And like I said, if I was only staying there like a day or two or whatever, it wouldn't be too bad probably. But the fact we were staying for like a week, you could tell, like, obviously the, you know, kind of just like filthy-esque conditions of the place, I guess is what would be the best way to describe it there. That really didn't need to be, and were basically left that way to, you know, basically shows like they just don't care is what it is, I guess. So it was kind of sad on that aspect of things because, again, other than that, like, it was a good place, obviously, dude. It just wasn't, you know, run as good as it could have been, obviously. So. And like I said, that could have been any kind of number of reasons for that matter. It could have been them just not caring. It could have been just them just, you know, want to do the bare minimum because it was middle of fucking winter and they were cold as shit. As were we, by the way, and that's the whole point. Like how are you going to leave your fucking, you know, customer base there to like freeze? So, actually, the only real issue we actually had with that place entirely during our stay there was there was a bunch of guys who had gone on some kind of fishing trip there, I believe was what it was, for like for winter ice fishing and stuff. And they end up coming back the one night and we're getting like very rowdy and drunk is what it was. And we're being kind of loud. But they ended up leaving, I think it was the next day or something. And then it wasn't an issue after that then. And the rest of the stay was just nice. So, but yeah, we ended up, I think we stayed there for like 6 days, I want to say, give or take. Because we had left on the 7th, I believe is what it was. So. That was also the first and only time I met a bunch of my cousins up there who are now in there. I want to say they were, I want to say their sons were like 6 to 8, something like that. So they're like 16 and 18 respectively now is what it would be. So, but yeah, it was pretty good though. Of course, it was snowing out here today, off and on. And then my phone just buzzed a minute ago. I don't know who the fuck was texting me there. If it was one of these bullshit political texts maybe that coming through, they were like, hey, just to let you know, like, you know, Trump is in trouble kind of shit or whatever. And it's like, dude, fuck off. like, and it's all fucking money grabs is what it is, dude. It's like, that's all they want. They just want your fucking money. And I'm just like, go fuck yourself. My money is precious to me. How about you give me some money, assholes? Like, seriously. I'm not even kidding around about that one, dude. Like, I'm in financial straits right now. Like, give me fucking money. So. Of course they won't because they're scumbags, but again, it is what it is. I haven't found out, by the way, I was going to do a stream yesterday on the main channel, but I have not yet found out who actually took down the speakers race here in Ohio for next year is what it is. So until I get that information, it'll either be, if I get it before tonight, I'll do a Buckshot Thursday about it. If I don't get it before tonight and I get it sometime tomorrow, I'll do a Freedom Friday about it. So, but yeah, as of right now, I have no idea who is, if it was Huffman or if it was Barhorst, Horst, however pronounce the guy's name. So depending on which one actually got the nod from the Republican Party there in the caucus meeting yesterday, it all breaks down to that. That'll be the case then. Let me go check my phone real quick right now. See who's doing what right now. Oh, okay. It was Classic Firearms that was sending me this thing here. What they got here? And they were doing Black Friday doorbuster. Dude, I'll tell you what, they saw one yesterday. They sent me, they messed up how they sent it because it was supposed to be a 1911 they were sent, but it was a link for a Panzer armed shotgun that was a lever action shotgun. And I'll tell you what, if I had the money for this, I would definitely buy this. It's a 6+1 capacity. And it looks pretty badass, but unfortunately I don't have the funds for that. So yeah, let's see. Got Taurus Model 66, 357 mag is what they're saying here on this. Let's check this link here is what it is. What are y'all charging for? Oof, Jesus, dude. Yeah, sorry, $20 off is not a fucking deal, bro. Like, if I was gonna buy one of these, I would go probably for that price. I would definitely go. What do you call it now? Into the dealio or whatever. Yeah, I'm blanking what the hell I'm saying now is what it is. Yeah, I would get a private sale or something in this state. Like I go to a flea market or something like that and try to make a deal with some dude or something down there for one. Because you can get better deals like that at flea markets and stuff than what they're charging for the shit. In fact, I don't know. I'm thinking now, my own local shop might be cheaper than what they're charging there for theirs. So that's what's even worse, right? Is that I can go potentially in my local store, get it for cheaper than that, and then still not have to pay fucking transfer fees and shit. So it's like, yeah, probably not a good idea to not have your shit be like, you know, cheaper than a fucking brick and mortar place. So I can get it for cheaper, dude. Well, just saying. But again, it is what it is. So, but yeah, going back to the main story though for a minute. So yeah, we ended up going to that place. We stayed there for about a week or so, give or take. And again, going back to the reason why you'd want to do a multi-day car trip and stuff up there, dude, my kneecaps were hurting so fucking badly after that trip. It took me like a good solid 2.5 days or so for them to stop hurting. And then, of course, it was a few days later, got back in the vehicle again and fucking had to drive back home another, 17 hours basically is what it was. And so, yeah, they were hurting for like another week after that's what it was done. Because the problem with the way that van was set up was it was one of those Honda vans. And the way that my kneecaps were in the front seat there, it went right underneath the dashboard and just like knocked against the dashboard. So unless I had like pillows on my kneecaps, which I did for some part of the trip, which impacted it a little bit, obviously, but like it was not enough, dude. I needed like at least like good pillow on my kneecap there at that point, and then like maybe like a knee guard or something like that, like a what do you call those things? Like a shin guard, well, not shin guard, a like a knee pad or something like that would be then, on top of the actual like pillow that was in front of my knee then. So yeah, it just wasn't great, but it was definitely an experience for sure. I'll tell you that right now. And it's one of those ones I will never forget in my life. Obviously, it was a fun time. It was a fun trip. I'll say that right now, dude. Like it was a trip I'll remember the rest of my life, obviously. And it's one of those ones that I'll remember for a lot of reasons. Actually, one of the biggest ones being the fact that was actually the weekend of the one pre-release. And it was, we had gone to, my new aunt was taking me to a game shop to go check it out because she thought I was wanted to play or whatever the case be, and just wanted to check some stuff out or whatever. And then, yeah, as it was, they were opening up, but only for the pre-release things that it was there. And she's like, "Oh, do you want to stay for this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's going to be a bunch of hours." and she's like, "Oh, yeah?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, it'd be probably like 6 hours." And she's like, "Yeah, no." So, yeah, but it's fine. It's whatever. Like, and that was back when, what do you call it now? It was one of the Tarkir sets that was coming out then because it was 2014. I can't remember exactly which one I'm unfortunately offhand right now. That's what's bothering me right now that I can't think of it. Yeah, I'm trying to remember now which one it would have been then. I don't think it would have been. I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, I think it would have been the second set maybe. In that one. Yeah, it was fun though either way. And like I said, we had a good time. It just, like I said, it just whatever. So. But yeah, we all had fun times. The only thing I will say about that trip though, besides everything else I've mentioned now at this point, is if your family is dumb and leaves a shrimp cocktail platter on the fucking table several hours before you're gonna eat food, don't eat that shit. Because I did, and a lot of other people did too, and it made us all violently ill. Is what it was. Like it wasn't quite food poisoning, I think, but it was like it was pretty close though. Actually, it might have been food poisoning. Now I think about it, because it was maybe like a day food poisoning or so. But yeah, my idiot cousin got something from Walmart and ended up walking in there, instead of putting it in the fridge where she should have put it in to chill. She literally just throws it on the fucking table, and it's like 2.5, 3 hours later is when we're actually eating dinner that night, and they're cracking that thing open for people to eat on. Is what it is, and I'm just like, because I think I think maybe the reason I didn't get as sick as everyone else was because I took like, I think it was like one shrimp off the thing or whatever the case be, and like took like a bite out of it or something, and it just had like room temperature like warmth to it, I guess is what that's called best. And I'm just like, I pretty much spit that out, and I think it was still like the microbes and shit though got into my system and fucked me up as what it was there. So again, it is what it is, but yeah, it just kind of sucks, dude. But yeah, I know other people were having like seriously violent diarrhea and stuff like that for like the next 2 days or something like that. They ate like a bunch of them, is what it was or something. So it's like, again, this is why you have like, if you're not going to have the ability to put it in the fridge, like have some ice packs and have it chill in a fucking, cooler thing or something like that is what it is there, dude. Jesus, So, yeah, that was the only kind of quote unquote seafood we had that weekend, except for the some kind of fish we had at a restaurant. Then the fish was pretty good, but like I said, I really would have loved to get the lobster at that place, but then it was way expensive. So, but yeah, it'd be nice to have like actual Maine lobster, some king crab or something like that would be there. That'd be cool. But also that was the first time I ever saw the ocean. Was on that trip, and I'll tell you what, looking at the ocean in the dead of January winter is not fun. When you literally have the breeze slap the fucking water into your face. So, yeah, we were at my uncle took us to this it was some kind of a fort place or something like that's what it was. And we were trying to think what we were doing now. Yeah, it was some kind of a fort deal that he had taken us to, and then we ended up it was like this fort that was used back in the day to like protect the like inland or something like that from like invader attacks and stuff from like the British Empire or some shit. And yeah, sure enough, we went down there and we were like just chilling for a little bit, doing our thing, etc., etc. And all of a sudden, like within about 5 minutes, you just see like this wave was just starting to crash a little bit, and then it just like kicked up all the salt water like right in our faces, basically is what it was there. And yeah, that shit was so fucking cold, bro. Like it was so unbearably cold. It did not feel good at all. It hurt a lot. And it just sucked. But yeah, it just because mom was standing there like a couple minutes after that, and she was like, "Ooh, that was cold." Like she like felt a snap like sting against her face as what it was, and she's like, "Are you okay, bro?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm kind of frozen to the spot right now." Is what it is. So she ended up like kind of yanking me a little bit, and I think my foot kind of did get a little bit like iced over or something in that whole thing, and we ended up walking off. And that's what it was, and it was fun though. I'll tell you what, dude. Like, I'll tell you one thing, dude. From what I remember, like Maine was a beautiful place, even in the wintertime like that, dude. Like it was like because I still have pictures on my, I think it was my 3DS, if I'm not mistaken, because I had gotten it not long before that or whatever then. And bro, like we saw some cool stuff on that trip. Like there was a bunch of like little like waterfall things everywhere that had gotten frozen over from all the ice because they got obviously the ice was freezing or the water was freezing into like ice crystals and stuff. And it was creating like these really cool ice pocket things that I took a bunch of photos of. And yeah, like there was a lot of like old school like little areas and stuff like that that were kind of like a little bit creepy, but not really. And like these little teeny like graveyard deals that were like just like really weird, like almost like family plot type of places and stuff. And I'll tell you what, like it would be an awesome place to be in like the spring or summertime. Of course, it'd be overrun by a bunch of other jackasses too, though. But yeah, if you got time to do that, obviously, or even just, I wouldn't even say just fall, even for that matter. But yeah, dead of winter is not fun though. Like you can do stuff, but not a lot because it's just so cold as what it is. And but yeah, it was fun though. Thankfully, but when we got there, it was the week after they had a giant snowstorm because if we had been there 1 week earlier, we would have pretty much been snowbound in that place. So yeah, it was not fun for that exact reason. But yeah, like I said, going back to that pizza though, that them slices of pizza at that convenience store place, they were fucking good, man. I want to say it was like $3.50 or $4 a slice back then, but then it was also like probably about a third of a fucking pizza size wise. So it was definitely worth the price of admission at that point. So, and yeah, I had that for dinner a couple of times and for, I think at lunch or something too as well once. I think I ate like 3 of those slices or something like that. The first one was very good. The other 2 were okay. So, like, I think it was definitely like a leftover quality is what the other two were, is what it was, like the previous day or something like that kind of deal. So if it was fresh, it would have been much better, I think, is what it is, versus it being, not quite as fresh as it should have been. So, but yeah, it was still good though for what it was. And like I said, it was an experience for sure. And it is kind of funny to think, like, you talk about like a place that's like known for seafood, and you go to this place and you are talking about a slice of pizza you had at the place is what it is. But it's like, yeah, that's what it was, bro. Like, that's what we got. And like I said, it was actually pretty good for what it was. So. But yeah, they definitely had some interesting stuff there, as it was for sure. And then my what was I gonna say? Yeah, my uncle, he had told us about some stuff over there, and there was like some different shit going on there and whatnot. And it was just a fun experience for sure. It was definitely something I'd love to do again, like I said, at some point down the road. But unfortunately, it's not going to be one of those things I'm going to be able to do anytime soon as it'll be. So, actually, hell, it might be a situation where the next time I go up there, it might be for his fucking funeral or something like that. Be the case then at some point down the line. So, anyway, but yeah, that being said, though, like I said, Maine's a nice place, except for the piece of shit Democrat Party that's controlling it right now is what it is, and fucking it up. But, or at least it was a decade ago when I was there, and it was a Republican governor. So I definitely see the nuances of people wanting to live there, obviously, because it was very quaint, is what I'll call it, honestly. Very quiet, anyway, for the time I was there. Like I said, except for those kind of rowdy drunk guys that were there that were being kind of dickheads is what it is. But again, you'll unfortunately have that kind of deal because people are fucking assholes like that, and they want to be assholes to everybody's what it is. Can't fix dickheads is what it is, man, unfortunately. But semantics. But yeah, with the exception of those jackasses, it was a pretty good stay though. And like I said, my aunts and uncles all had a good time, I think is what it was. My uncle didn't have the greatest time because he was having serious stomach issues throughout some of the time that he was there for just. But then again, that was also his own personal like just issues is what it was or whatever. So he was the one that passed away now is what it is. Not from that, obviously. It was from the good old Fauci ouchies, unfortunately. So because he listened to the media and they lied to him is what it was. So yeah, it's unfortunate that he passed now, and mom's gone too, and just sucks, dude. And then about probably a week or so, I'll be out of this place. We're going to try to move me between this weekend and then next Monday, Tuesday it'll be, hopefully. But I don't know if it'll work out then or not, or if it'll be more like December 1st, honestly, time period though was. But yeah, we'll be trying to do something. Here's what it is, and get me moved out of here so I can give the keys over to the new guys what it is then, and he can take over the place as it'll be and make it his own. So not that I really want to leave, and but unfortunately I have to because reasons. So which really those reasons boil down to the fact that I can't afford to stay here is what it is, and I can't afford to buy the place outright myself is what it is then. So which sucks because I would like to stay here, but at the same time, it's very, right now it's like 34 outside, and I'll tell you right now, dude, it is very fucking cold in this house, even with the heaters and stuff on, because they're not really heating up the room where they need to is what it is. Oh my fucking, are you fucking kidding me with this shit? CBS News 27 minutes ago, hate hoaxer Jesse Smollett's conviction overturned by Illinois Supreme Court. Get the fuck out of here with that, dude. How is this dude not already in fucking federal prison for trying to commit a goddamn race war in this fucking nation, dude? Dude, that is such horse shit. Yeah, fuck the Illinois. Every person at the Illinois Supreme Court that fucking voted to overturn that dude's conviction needs to be thrown in fucking prison themselves right along with his fucking ass at this point, dude. Fuck that shit, dude. What an absolute motherfucking his ass should not have just been up for hate crime hoaxing, dude, is what it is. He should have been fucking... His ass should have been in fucking prison for a bunch of other stuff, including trying to commit a goddamn race war in this fucking country, dude. Because that was the entire fucking intention he was trying to pull right there, dude. The guy was literally trying to commit a fucking racial hatred, hate hoax against himself to incite a fucking race war in this country against Trump supporters. What a bunch of fucking horseshit, dude. Like I said, every fucking piece of shit on Democrat state Supreme Court there needs to get their asses fucking thrown in jail with this motherfucker. Honestly, I'll tell you right now, after hearing that shit, if there was just some angry ass person that just showed up and, you know, did something to this dude at this point, I'm not saying they should. Just to point that out, I'm not saying they should. But if somebody did, I would not be surprised by it. I would not be surprised at all by it. So, again, I'm not saying they should do that. Just to be clear. I'm just saying, though, I can see somebody snapping at this point for that shit, dude, because it's like, there are definitely people out there that were already razor's edging it on sometimes, dude, and it's like, yeah, I can totally see somebody just, like, fucking flying off the handle at this point, just, like, finding that dude and beating the shit out of him for real, if that be the case then or something, so. But yeah, it's so fucked up, man. Like, seriously, how the fuck are you going to overturn that case when the dude was quite literally trying to start a fucking race war with his antics, dude? It's so fucking insane, bro. It really is. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, man, with the whole Maine trip like a decade ago, it was a good time for the most part. We all had a bunch of good laughs, bunch of good comeuppance and stuff. So, and it was a good wedding, by the way. It was one of the better weddings that we've had in a while in this family. So. It would have been nice if some of my other cousins had been there, but unfortunately they couldn't be because of, you know, various jobs and stuff, and they couldn't get off from, obviously, and drive up there and stuff like that. But yeah, it would have been nice if it had been a little more stuff there. But yeah, it's whatever. It is what it is. So, but everybody that was there had a good time, though, I can tell you that right now, from what I recall. And yeah, we all had a nice get together and stuff, and yeah, it all worked out pretty well for everybody, and Actually, one thing I will say, there was an American Legion Hallelujah there that we went to for breakfast one day that my uncle took us to because he was part of it or whatever. Those people were some stingy bastards with their fucking meats, man. Because they only gave you like, I think it was like 2 sausage links or something like that per person or some shit. And it's like, bro, like, give me like 3 or 4 more there. You know, like, I'm not going to be eating the whole thing here is what it is, bro. Like, just give me what I want here, buddy. So, yeah. But yeah, it was like a whole thing. But anyway, they had some good, I remember them having some good pancakes or something at that place. One thing I definitely need to look into one of these days soon, hopefully maybe a Black Friday doorbuster deal or something like that, would be like a waffle maker of some kind. I don't think we have any here at the house that I was going to be able to take with me, so I definitely need to find like a cheap ass one or something I can get. So I can make some waffle batter when I get to the new place and have it be even maybe just use like pancake mix and make it like a waffle basically. So yeah, I really want some waffles as it is right now. Obviously not the shitty store brand kind either. I'm talking about like the actual good like fresh made Belgian waffle stuff from Don't Come On Babysitter's Dead kind of deal there is what it is. Great movie, by the way, if you've never seen it. I'm talking about, by the way, just to be clear on that one, I'm talking about the real Don't Tell Mom Babysitter's Dead from the 1990s. I'm not talking about that fucking piece of shit ass race swapped remake they made like fucking a year or two ago, where the fuck it was now. That thing was a fucking piece of trash and then some, dude. I tried to watch, I found out about that here a few months ago because I was watching some shit on the, on one of the sites there is what it was. And I was going to look up that movie to watch it. And I was like, wait, there's another, wait, when did they make another one? And then like found they made this other one or whatever. And I'm like trying to like get into it or whatever. And I'm like, dude, they just ripped off the original one. That's all they did. It was a bunch of black people ripping off the original one, like pretty much word for fucking word at that point, and then acting like they made anything is what it was, dude. And it's like, no, you're not. You're literally just fucking doing the exact same script from like 30 years ago, but just with a different cast and then different. And instead of it being a bunch of white kids, it's a bunch of minorities now is what it is. What was even more retarded about the whole thing was they were acting as if it was basically still set in the fucking 90s when it was in the 2020s there. And I'm like, y'all are just dumb at this point, bro. Like, you're fucking retarded, seriously. Because you're taking 90s comedy, not updating it at all, and then trying to pass it off as if it was like 2020s comedy, and it's like, it's not. That's the entire point. Like, it was bad. It was so bad, dude. But yeah, it just wasn't good at all. And it was very pathetic, too, for that matter. It's also very infuriating and disgusting at the same time. So, and that's the problem with all this race swap shit is what it is, dude. In fucking Hollywood is they want to sit there and do all that kind of crap. Which I still don't quite like, I get that Smollett's like whole thing was to start a race war, but it's like, did you really think you were that famous that you were really going to pull this off, dude? And like, of course, the mainstream media like jerked the guy off for like, you know, months and months about the whole thing or whatever. And like straight up lied about his fucking shit or whatever it was for him, which, by the way, they should be held as fucking accomplices at this point after the fact is what it is, dude, for fucking straight up lying to the American people at that point about the shit. And the thing is, I can tell you right now, like, I remember hearing about this whole thing when it first happened and stuff. And I'm like, people were like, oh yeah, this guy got attacked or whatever. And I'm like, nuh-uh. And they're like, yeah, he got attacked. And I'm like, okay, like, because I'm like, really? Like, that's fucked up. And so I'm watching the news that night or whatever, like the ABC, like 6:30 news, whatever it is there for like the national shit is what it is. And they're like telling the dude story and they're like, and then they said, this is mega country. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, this guy is such a fucking hate hoaxer is what it is. Like, it was immediately like right then and there, I knew this motherfucker was a lying sack of shit is what it is. And like I said, I cannot believe the fucking Illinois State Supreme Court overturned that shit, dude. Like, how many fucking criminals are on that goddamn court at this point is my question. Because it's got to be all of them, apparently. So, but yeah, it's such a bunch of shit, honestly, dude. Like, How the fuck are you gonna overturn that shit, dude, for real, when you know this dude's an absolute fucking liar? So fucked up, man. It really is. So, anyway. But, yeah, to go back to the game, though, obviously, I keep reading this as gaming chat. But, yeah, anyway, to go back to the gaming side of the gaming chat, here's what we're talking about. So, basically, you end up having this new game called Hunt the Hunter is what it is there. And it's actually not a bad game at all. The only issue, the only drawback of it, for sure, is the pay-to-win people, the whales of the regions and stuff, because they're going to be able to sit there and just spam, 50% stuff to get it to like a couple seconds a piece or whatever it is there, and then you're going to have people like myself that can only, activate the guaranteed fixed minute. There's what it is, and we're going to end up getting fucked over and get less hits, and that's what it is, obviously. So in that aspect of things, it does suck for us, but hopefully it won't be an issue, and I'll be able to get the rest of these things throughout the rest of the next couple of days. It'll be or something there, because if I can do that, obviously I'll be much better off then, and not have to worry about it after the fact then, and it'll just be a deal. What it'll be then. So that's my plan right now. Is it'll be, and hopefully it'll work out well for me. But who knows? So fingers crossed I can get it done and do what needs to be done there, and like I said, just be able to, do everything for myself is what it is then. And if I can do that, I'll be able to obviously get my stuff together and do what needs to be done there is what it is. So, but yeah, the plan right now is basically fix the couple things here is what it is, and then probably start packing up some stuff that's just sitting around the house right now is what it is, which I'm debating when it comes to some of these bags, if I want to use the bags for stuff or not, because I'm thinking maybe I will use a couple of these like little zipper bags for some other stuff that's in the bedroom right now that's just kind of sitting bare. And like you just set those bags and just put them in like a vehicle or a trunk or something like that's what it is or something. So that's probably the smartest play to make on that stuff. And then just use since I'm moving into a house, not an apartment building, I can just use my rifle cases as actual rifle cases, and that's what it is, and move the guns that way is what it'll be. So, and we'll just do that over, X amount of time in the next few days or something like that. So it'll be there or something. So, but yeah, it should all work out for us in the long run. And pretty much the biggest thing will be having renter's insurance ready to roll immediately is what it is there. So there's no chance of me getting robbed or whatever. So, or if I do, it'll all be, covered underneath the stuff is what it is or whatever. So it's not going to be an issue or whatever then later. But, again, who knows? Only time will tell. And it shouldn't be an issue, though. It should be easy to get that done. And it's just, like I said, just finding a place to do it and set it up is what it is there. Actually, I forgot. I was talking to my sister last night. I should have mentioned something to her about that then. And be like, yeah, just to be sure we have this set up too as well for that matter, so I'm covered. So if anything does get, jacked or whatever then, which I don't plan on leaving the house unattended until I have all the stuff over there is what it is. And so, yeah, basically my 2A stuff will stay here with me until the very end is what it is. And then it'll be after that is what it'll be, like the final trip will be with me at that point then. Taking it all over there then. So, and it won't be an issue, and after that then is what it'll be. So, and I think we're pretty close to getting a gun locker too, so it really shouldn't be an issue at all then. Because I'll just have that ready to roll out and be able to get stuff done in that or whatever then, and have it be a non-issue then is what it'll be. So, but yeah, that's the whole thing. So, anyways, But yeah, pretty much right now it's just getting everything else done up and do what needs to be done there is what it is. I was actually looking into some stuff here today, and I figured out that actually, depending on how my financials are and stuff, if I can put the money together at some point down the road, I'm seriously considering buying a Nintendo Switch right now is what it is. If I can get a cheap ass one or whatever, or a cheaper one, I guess is what I'd say. Because I found I was gonna. Well, my initial plan was gonna be I was gonna buy either buy an old PS3 or an old PS4, and then get a copy of like Red Dead Redemption or whatever it is then. And then I found out today that I guess you can get Nintendo Switch that apparently has Red Dead Redemption. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so, yeah, the plan right now would be, I think, a Nintendo Switch of some kind, like whatever the cheapest configuration of it is or whatever then, and then just simply buy a Red Dead Redemption game with it is what it is then. And then that way I could also get, like, Pokemon games in the future again, because I kind of do want to play Pokemon again, but then I haven't played that in, like, forever is what it is now. And so I never... Because the thing of it was, I know when Nintendo... That's the one thing that pissed me off about Nintendo in general is what it was, is that you had the Pokemon games go up to a certain point, and then they basically did the thing where it was like them flipping over the Switch is what it was, and they basically priced out people like me from even being able to play at that point after whichever one the last one was on the 3DS is what it was there. Because that was the only reason I ever had like DSs and 3DSs and stuff like that was because I was playing Pokemon games on them. But now that I know that, you know, the Switch also has the Red Dead Redemption game on it too, I'm like, well, that's interesting. So, and that would be one reason to get that, obviously, is because I would want to play that game on there. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my plan right now is to do that at some point down the road. And be able to game, obviously, hopefully. But yeah, it is what it is right now. So, like I said, if I can afford that down the road, at some point I'll definitely get that. But if I can't, it'll be whatever then. So, it's just a matter of time to figure out my financials and see if I can actually afford it or not then. Because really, it's the problem right now is it's like the amount of money that costs, obviously, is it's like that's quite a bit of money, and it could go to a rent check. Obviously, like could be like half of a rent check, pretty much is what it is there. And it's like, because it's like I think the closest one I found was like with what I would want to get, obviously it's like $250-ish, I think is what it is, or something like that. So it's like, actually I guess a bit more of a third of a rent check. But yeah, if I can get like some money out of something, like I don't know, sell my comics or something like that down the road or something like that. If I could have a few $100 extra over there for that, then I would definitely consider getting one of them Switches. Then is what it is, because again, it's something that I definitely want to get, and it's something I would like to have, just to have, really, is what it is, you know, because it's, you know, I haven't gotten a chance to do any kind of console gaming for years now is what it is, and it would be interesting to play the Switch, obviously, since I've never actually played one of those before, so, and see exactly what the difference is between that and, like, the old 3DS games and stuff like that, because I remember back in the day playing the DS and then playing the 3DS and stuff like that, like, because I remember that shit seemed to get smaller is what it is then, and it was getting kind of hard to do with my hands as it was that time, so I think it's definitely worth it to look into now and have it be, you know, done up the correct way or whatever then, and figure it out from there is what it'll be, so, but yeah, it'd be nice to be able to have a new system or whatever then, so. But anyway, but yeah, other than that, though, that's pretty much what I'm for the day is what it is, and you know, go from there. So nice. Just got level 1 governor. Or vengeful governor, I should say. So yeah, if I can get a 5-star Negan down the line at some point here, it'll give me a couple thousand rubies. And everything else is just their own things now. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't realize they had done that until now for the um, achievement things. Tyrese, Axel, and Defender Maggie are now on the things for level ones and stuff like that is what it is for X amount of stuff. So that's cool. Makes sense for them to do that, obviously, because they would want to be pushing their pay to win shit is here is what it is and whatnot. So actually, I was watching something this morning too. They were talking about Xboxes and stuff like that. And it was funny too because the guy was like acting like he was buying an Xbox, but then he was actually being handed a Nintendo Switch, is what it was. But yeah, they were talking about the cost of Xboxes or whatever, and then like being able to sell for under what the unit would be per one or whatever it is there, which obviously it was overpriced for what it was. Like they were lying about what it actually cost per unit is what it is there. And then it was like all the add-on bullshit or whatever, where it's like the games cost this much and then everything else costs this much, etc. And it's like, and again, people wonder why people have moved away from console gaming a lot. That's what it is, dude. And it's like, yeah, when you got the fucking, when you're sitting there paying, $50, $60, $70, whatever the hell it is now for a game, and then you have to pay like more money for like DLC download bullshit on top of that, then, or like game passes or whatever the fuck it is. And it's like, yeah, it's a goddamn scam, is what it is, dude. And that's exactly why most people said, you know what, fuck you. Like, we're just going to walk away from this whole thing, is what it is then. So, but yeah, that being said, I did enjoy playing Red Dead Redemption back in the day with my brother on his PS3 is what it was. And I would like to, for sure, be able to get that game. And if I can get it on a Nintendo Switch that I can also then play Pokemon games on, that'd be cool. So, yeah, I would definitely do that, obviously. And then just simply... what was I going to say? Yeah, I would do that, and I would simply then turn around and probably buy like some used games or something like that, is what it is, or whatever I can find. Now, granted, that being said, I might want to buy like a brand new one of some kind, though, because I'm not even sure what Pokemon exists now, is what it is, dude. Like, I think there's been 2 different ones on the Switch, I want to say, because I think it was like Sword and Shield, and it's like Scarlet and something else, I think is what it is now, or something. So maybe 4 games now. So, yeah, I remember there being some new games added in there and stuff. So, I have to look into that kind of shit, obviously, and figure out what's going on there, is what it'll be. So, but yeah, from my understanding, I guess it's like a bunch of stuff right now is what it is. So, which, I mean, that's cool, man. Like, you always want to, go forward and things like that on those deals and stuff. So, I'm pretty psyched either way if I was able to get that in the future. So, obviously, I wouldn't sell guns or anything like that to buy them, but I would just simply, like I said, just throw the money together or something like that somehow is what it is by selling stuff, and then just have that be like a future purchase down the line or something like that's what it'll be then. So, or if somebody just wanted to gift me one of those things, that'd be nice too. So, but anyway, I mean, I guess technically speaking, I could probably throw it on a credit card because I know I have money on the card right now is what it is. But at the same time, do I really want to do that? Because that's not financially, good, obviously, and I like to pay those off as much as possible. Because the thing is too, with like it would be one thing if I knew I had the 250 basically like right away, and I could just like throw this shit down and be like, okay, let me buy this right now, kind of deal. Versus, having something where it's down the road or whatever, and knowing that I'm gonna have to pay it off over like several months of installments and shit. Because the problem with that is that obviously you're not paying $250, then you're paying whatever the fuck it's gonna cost you then after the fact, and with all the extra expenses and shit for the late fees and the interest that accrued on that is what it is there. So I'm definitely more when it comes to stuff like that now. I'm definitely more financially minded when it comes to not pissing away extra money where I don't need to is what it is. Especially when I'm on a fixed income is what it is there. So, well, it'd be nice to have that thing. Obviously, it's like, it's not a necessary thing to have right now is what it is. So, but yeah, it'd be fun to be able to play like Red Dead Redemption again though at some point down the road. So it would be something to think about getting, because obviously difference too as well would be that I could also play, you know, like Pokemon games on there as well. And I could get like, you know, physical copies of a Pokemon game or whatever then too, and have that be, you know, in the Switch as well or whatever. So, and that'd be fun. But yeah, I don't know. It's something to think about right now. I think overall, long run, probably will buy one if I can get the cash together, obviously. Nothing else, if I just do a bunch of resale stuff and then we'll, you know, put a bunch of dollars together that way is what it is. Maybe I'll buy one, you know, later on down the road or something like that. Or then again, maybe I will just buy one on the fucking card and then just pay it off, you know. Maybe try to pay it off in its entirety or something right away is what it is or something. But, you know, who knows, man? It all depends. So, I don't know. If I can get a bit, like, that's the problem right now. If I can get a better deal on like a Trump economy, it'd be a big deal there, obviously. I saw one online last night when I was looking into it here a few hours ago, like this last night, this morning, it was there, where it was supposed to be some kind of bundle or something like that. It had like Mario and stuff in it, and it was on Amazon, but I'm not sure 100% if that would be the deal or not. And that's the thing too, as well, as it's like, if I'm gonna buy something like that, I'm gonna buy it from a brick and mortar store. I'm not gonna get it off fucking Amazon, where it's like I can get screwed by whoever the fuck it is then. So, but yeah, I definitely want to get a what do you call it now? I can't remember what the fuck I'm saying now. My mind just completely blanked out on me for some reason. Yeah, I would definitely want to get a better version. That's what it is, though. So, like I said, to me, it's kind of semantics, but at the same time, it's like it's a situation there where you definitely want to have like guarantees. I guess would be my thing about it. And if I can't have those guarantees, like it'd be a whole different story altogether, obviously. So, but yeah, my whole thing is, it's like, it's sad to even have to worry about this kind of stuff because I am so poor, and you know, it's kind of stupid to have to, you know, budget so crazily because you physically cannot afford like a small item like that, dude. Where it's like you're now weighing your options of like, okay, do I even need this? Do I even want to buy this thing? Kind of thing is what it is, and it's like it's not like I really need it per se, but like it would be nice to have, kind of a thing, right? You know, like it would essentially be like a luxury item, if you will. Like, is it going to feed me in the long run? The answer is no, obviously. But at the same time, it's just like, yeah, it would be nice to have something like that to just like, you know, fool around with every so often or whatever then. So then again, it would be something too where I could potentially, it might be a situation too where I could always sell off some of my old stuff to some place, see what I can get out of that stuff. And then from there, maybe put the money up that way is what it would be or something. Or even maybe just do like Facebook Marketplace or something like that and just sell off a bunch of old gaming stuff or whatever then, and just, you know, get into a new gaming deal is what it is here or something. So that could also be a possibility as well. So it all depends. It's hard to say though, unfortunately. And yeah, a lot of times you're lucky if you can make a few bucks off of some stuff. But then again, if you know what you're doing, like you could probably make money off of something. There's what it is. So who knows? So it's unfortunate that, you know, some people are able to get ahead that way, and other people have no idea how to do it, and they get fucked over. Is what it is then. So, you know, it is what it is, man. But anyway, the entire point of the matter is, though, it's just something to look into. Really, is what it is, and like figure it out from there. Because, like I said, there's several things that I own right now that I could potentially sell for money. Besides the comics, obviously, and it would be like all these old, like a PSP and stuff like that. But then again, it's like I have no idea what that's even going for. It could be like $20, honestly, for all the fuck I know, or it could be like a $10 PSP game or something like that, you know, kind of thing. Where I know I spent a lot more than that on those things. It's like, am I ever really going to play that PSP again? Probably not. But at the same time, it's like, how much money you could actually get out of it, realistically speaking, is what it is there. So, it's a whole thing, man. So, anyway, yeah, it just becomes financially like, whatever. So, and like, obviously, I want to keep my old DS because of just having like old, games that can also be played on that whole thing as well. For the, what do you call those now? The old like Super Mario games and stuff like that, which I'm assuming at this point their internal batteries are probably dead, would be my guess. Who knows? I know you can solder in like new stuff is what it is, but I have no idea how to do that to get like a new save card or whatever it is there. So that's my thing. I have to take that to somebody to do it because knowing my luck, I try to solder for the first time and just like solder right through like something important that like fucks up permanently or something like that. Then by accident. I mean, it shouldn't be an issue like that. It should be easy to do, obviously. But like again, knowing my skill set, it'd probably be like my gunsmith skill set, where it's like, you try to do something good and then you just like fuck it all up or whatever. So, and I'm not about to pull that either. So, yeah. I never said I was a gunsmith, and I never will claim to be, obviously, because I don't know how to smith guns, honestly. Never went to school for it. Never planned on going to school for it. That's why I have a guy for that whole thing. So, just like the same thing, a lot of carpentry stuff. Like I'm sure I could do the basics of carpentry if I really put my mind to it and stuff, but it would not be a good deal, though. It would definitely work poorly for me in the long run. So there's other skills I definitely have that are more to my fortes would be, and that kind of stuff is not one of them, unfortunately. Like I'm not really that great with my hands, and even if I was, it wouldn't really be. It'd be kind of hard nowadays because of all the arthritis and stuff in my hands is what it is there. So yeah, it just kind of sucks, dude. And it's just, like I said, it's not fun. Knowing that your body is basically giving out, and you get less than 40 years old right now is what it is, which it shouldn't be that way. But unfortunately, again, it goes back to, fucking good old big pharma is what it is there. So not being able to be sued out of fucking existence in many cases for the shit they pulled against American people is what it is. But anyway. And then you got Trump fucking jerking himself off about warp speed again. Now is what it is. And it's like, dude, maybe don't admit to crimes. This is what it is right now. Like probably not a smart play on your part there, dog. So that guy really does not know how to read the room on certain things for sure. So the only thing I can think is he thinks he's not going to be able to be tried for that ever is what it is. And it's like, yeah, he probably could be though, brother. So like if American people really wanted to, we probably could try you for that one. So especially when you keep talking about the shit. So and by that I mean like Nuremberg trials. So however, that being said, my understanding is I guess that was created a long time before his administration, though, even. Like that shit was in the works for many, 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 many years. Like pre-Obama, even, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or it being Obama, maybe one of the two. So, but yeah, it's some real fucking shady shit, though, for sure. But anyway. Fuck was I saying then? Yeah, that shit was super fucking shady. And then a lot of other stuff was, too, for that matter. And it's just not, none of it's okay, man. So, but yeah, you got, what was I trying to say now? Huh. I don't know what's going on with the windows today. The only thing I can think is maybe the whatchamacallit's on them ain't pulled down all the way properly or something, maybe. Like the screens are not like glass down or whatever then. Because I'm noticing like the window I'm looking at directly right now out in the dining room there, has what was I going to say? Yeah, that has some whatchamacallits there. Oh, nice. We got a guaranteed Negan off that one there. I did earlier. That's cool. But anyway, yeah, when you hit into the in this game, obviously when you hit into the when you're part of the formations in the rallies that are taking down the thing at the time, there's a chance that not only with the box they give you immediately, you can also get one of the Negan boxes outright for taking it down. And that's what happened there is what it was. I got the box for doing the actual rally, and then I got the actual Negan box on top of that then. So that's cool. I've had that happen a couple times before in the past where I've had multiple accounts in the same thing as what it is there. And there's been at least 2 of them that have gotten the Negan box. So it is possible to have more than one of those get a box like that. Man, my ring finger on my right hand right now is definitely feels like it's all swollen up and stuff. I think it's all inflamed what it is right now, which is not good, and it shouldn't be inflamed because I took my meds the other day. That should have actually deflated it right now is what it is. So I don't know, it's hard to say, man. It's all a bunch of shit all the way around. I'm just fucking sick of all of it. So my sister and I were talking last night. We're going to do that goat meat that I got before from the place. We'll be trying that together at some point next month when she comes up for a couple different things. So that should be fun. Make a few goat meat burgers there is what it is, and have everybody try a burger because it'll be her, myself, and her boyfriend guy, wherever he is to her. I don't know exactly the guy. I think they're dating, honestly, but she never wanted to admit it. That was what it is, and I'm just like, just admit it. We all know you're like when you're sharing a fucking like literally when our mom died and you're coming up here and sharing a fucking motel room, dude. Like, yeah, pretty sure you're in a long-term committed relationship at that point, honey. Like, stop lying to my face at that point. So. Because if you weren't, you'd be sharing a hotel room with your fucking friend, is what it is. That was a chick. So that you'd have 2 beds in is what it is there, not just like a single bedded other room kind of deal. So yeah, she's just silly that way, but it is what it is, man. Again, good for her that she found somebody. Hopefully I'll be able to do the same sometime next year or the year after. So that's why like some of these leftist chicks that are like proving they're all nutso or whatever though, but like it seems like there's some that like they're not like quite totally insane is what it is there, and it's like you look at them and you're like, yeah, there might be something there to like, you know, be able to bring back kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like deprogram, if you will. But I could be wrong about that one. But yeah, some of them females like that, they could definitely be, I think, brought back from what the brink is right now is what it is, and unfortunately they haven't been yet. So, and it might be worth it to try to do that with some of them, dude, because there's definitely some decent chicks in there. Obviously, I think they're just, again, just kind of, you know, outside their own minds is what it is there, if you will. And until they get their shit together and get fixed up or whatever, they're only going to be done. Huh. One guy from my own formation was hitting my ass. Stupid motherfucker. That being said, 3 other people that hit me after that in the last 14, 12, and 7 hours respectively all got defensively knocked out, basically. I defeated them all. Yeah, 28, 7, and 25 respectively for my defensive victories on those. So that's good. Because my shit's stronger than your shit, motherfuckers. So. Anyway. That's the one thing that does suck about this game, though, when you're like, you think you're going to have like the ability to take some people out or whatever then, and then you don't, because it looks like they're like about the same power level you are, but they're actually way stronger for some reason. And yeah, it just sucks ass on that one, because then you're like in a really fucked up situation. That's what it is. So. Yeah, I'm able to knock all these guys right now. So, ooh, that was a nice one. Gave me 11 points on that dude. Everybody else is usually like a 1 or a 2. Yeah, everybody else seemed like it was a 1 this time around. That's fine, though. Grab our stuff for the day for the dual shop for the boxing gloves that we have left. Got 3 days to go right now, and we have 3 more gloves to get out of 50 right now. So that's good. At least we know we can get all 50 in this account anyway. And then after that, we'll do... So we haven't gotten anything else when it comes to steel pipe or any of the blueprint stuff for this go-around, for the last couple go-arounds now for this. And we haven't even gotten our super glue. So what I think I'm going to do actually is I will, depending on what's left in the next couple days here, I'll use the 30,000 for the last 3 gloves tomorrow after reset. And then I will use whatever is left on that one to get super glues for the week. And then I think I will just keep saving after that. That's what it'll be. Huh. I just realized I think they upped the blueprints for the hat, dagger, etc., respectively, by 5, but I think they actually downed the steel pipe by a lot, actually, is what it seems like here. Because I remember that being at least, I thought 50 or 100 before for each one. And now it's only 30 per one. Oh, actually, it might be, wait. Is it all the same price now? Yeah. Okay. I think that's what it was. I think they made I want to say the pipe was a little bit more expensive before, but I could be wrong about that one. Because, yeah, they're all 500 a piece right now, and they're all produce 30 things is what it is there. So, yeah, because it used to be 25 for the other blueprint stuff, so it'd be 4 a thing to get a thing. There's what it is. So now it's still 4, but you can get, I'm trying to think about this right now, 5. Yeah, for every 10 now you can get 3, where it used to be every 12 back in the day. And it'd be the same thing with that, as every 10 pipe things you can get 300. That's what it is. So, whatever. I don't know. I'm going for boxing gloves now from now on, obviously. And then, like I said, may go for the super glue after the fact. And then whatever's left after that, I'll just save for boxing gloves next time around then. So that should work. But anyway. But yeah, it's the whole thing, man. There's a lot of fuckery going on across the board right now is what it is, and it just sucks to see all the shit happening right now. So yeah, I don't know, man. It is what it is. Not really much you can do about it, but unfortunately it's, a lot of crazy shit out there, honestly. So yeah, my plan right now is I'm going to go ahead and finish these up here in the next little bit, and then I think I'm just going to go take a nap for a few hours because my body is feeling really fucked up right now. Like very, very fucked up right now. So I fell asleep in the chair again this morning for quite a while, and it just, yeah. I think the problem is when I'm falling asleep in this chair, the way that my belly overhangs now, it's like cutting off some of the circulation to my legs or whatever when I'm sleeping in this upward position is what it is there. And so it's making my leg muscle and stuff like that and tissue like sort of swell up when it doesn't need to be swelling. So yeah, it's not good for sure on that. But anyway. Yeah, it's something I got to deal with though and figure out. And obviously, like I said, I'm going to need to get a scale here at some point in the near future, and then just start doing stuff the right way, and doing what I need to do to get there and stuff, and start dropping some poundage when I move to the new place, and start eating more healthy as what it is there. Which it's kind of hard to do that though when you got. I went to the grocery store yesterday. Not grocery store. I went to a produce place yesterday is what it was, like a farmer's market kind of deal. And it's the same place that I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks now is what it is. This is the same place that like a week and a half ago or so had heads of lettuce on sale for $1 that we're now selling the same, actually they're selling smaller heads that were about the size of if I put the whole head inside of a bowl, it would probably be the size of like a small cereal bowl. Like it's probably about half the size it was before now. And now it's fucking $2.50 a piece. And I'm like, are you fucking high? Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. Like, there ain't no way in hell that's worth that kind of money. So, yeah, it was just absolutely overpriced like a motherfucker is what it is. So I'm not getting any lettuce last night then. But I'm going to have to get some because I definitely need to start getting some more of that in my system and stuff. And I realized last night going to the bottom of the drawer there too, I need to eat the rest of those pears and that other apple that's in there because I noticed they were starting to go a little bit not great. So I think I'll eat those today at some point before they go completely bad, obviously. I mean, they're not bad, but they're like, you can tell they're like starting to turn to the point where they would be like almost rotten, if you will. Like they're overly ripe, obviously, was also on that one. And I also got some new apples last night too, for that matter. Different kind. So I'll try one of those here at some point in the next day or so. Not sure how much those were a pound. Well, supposed to be $1 a pound. I'm not sure how much they actually came out to be in my receipt, though. I need to check the pocket on my thing and see how much my receipt was. And it was. There's a receipt over here, actually. All right, here we go. Yeah, it was just over 3 pounds at $3.18. So. And I paid $2 for some celery because they were on sale for 99 cents a piece is what it was. And I figured I'd get some of that because I got some mail yesterday, or not yesterday, but a couple days ago. I need to put that in the fridge, actually. So I'm going to do some mail and mix up a little bowl of something for fuck do you call it now? Shit, I'm just blanking out what I'm saying now. Yeah, mix up a bowl of stuff for some sandwiches and make some tuna sandwiches. What it is then. So do that for lunch or something, maybe today or tomorrow. Yeah, I think maybe that's what I'll do. I'll wait and throw that. Well, also I'll probably eat like a couple of them celery sticks in a whatchamacallit kind of deal. Like I know some people used to call them like bumps on a log or whatever it was, where it had like raisins and shit in it. I never made them that way. As growing up as a kid, we would always just take the what do you call them now? Yeah, we would always simply just take the celery stick itself and then take oh shit, I'm trying to think now. Yeah, we would take the celery stick. You just put a bunch of peanut butter in it, and then we would take a little bit of salt and salt over the whole thing is what it is. And that tasted really good. So yeah, we just put like a big old chunk of crushing peanut butter in between the shit. And then it would be do it that way is what it is. So and that always tasted pretty good. So I'd probably do that with at least one of them celery sticks. Yeah, thing I remember from last time around was I need to definitely cut that celery a lot smaller this time around because the issue is we don't chunk it like because if you don't cut it down into like the small little pieces and stuff and get like you don't mince it obviously you just like I said just cut it down into like little chunks or whatever then which does take a lot of time to do by the way but if you don't do it correctly then you have like these huge ass chunks in your tuna and it just does not mix right at all. It doesn't taste bad, but it's just not as good as mom used to make it. Obviously, is what I'll say on that one. So that is one thing I do very much miss her for that reason. Obviously, is because she used to make very good tuna sandwiches and stuff back in the day, and a few other things too, for that matter. Because she would actually take the time to do it, is what it is. Whereas I don't do that. I just pretty hungry, and I'm just like, let me just kind of throw this together as fast as possible, kind of deal. And it's like it doesn't work out well for me, is what it is. So. But yeah, it is what it is, man. So, but yeah, I'll definitely work on that though here in a little bit, and then, like I said, probably just throw that mayo in the fridge and get a hold of my cousin to get me a lottery ticket for tomorrow. So it is then because I know the Mega Millions went up again, so definitely want to get in on that for sure because you never know, man. Could be my lucky day, honestly, on this one. Which would be very, very nice if that be the case. But only time will tell. So, which as it is, I know we're going to be having to wait some time before this place actually does sell, unfortunately, because that's how life works, unfortunately. So. But yeah, it's just the whole thing right now is what it is. So getting everything put together and figured out and go from there and do what needs to be done and move on with my life basically at this point and start a fresh deal as a almost 40-year-old man. It's ironic, given that I was told when I was 16 years old that I was not going to see 25 by some fucking foreign doctor. Fuck that guy, by the way. You don't tell a fucking teenage boy that, dude. And and that's again like, because it's supposed to be Hippocratic oath, like do no harm, dude. It's like you're obviously doing me harm, dude, by telling me that psychologically, And like I get he was trying to like, what you call it, my ways, what it was at the time, which I was overweight, obviously, which is like, okay, so here's the deal, doctor. Maybe you don't be a fucking piece of shit cunt like that. And maybe you just offer up like, hey, maybe you change your diet to this thing. Maybe you cut these things down or something. Suggestions. You don't just tell somebody, oh, you're going to be dead in 9 years. Ironically enough, I'm pretty sure he's dead now. And I'm still kicking, motherfucker. So, yeah. But anyway. Yeah. But yeah, it's just as bad as those doctors that tell these kids, like, Like with that Chloe Cole girl, where they told her parents, they're like, "Oh, do you want a dead daughter or a live son?" Because they're pushing the trans shit on the kids. It's like, again, like, how are you not in prison for Nuremberg shit, dude, at this point when you're literally sterilizing children? Like, it just makes no sense to me at all, dude, on that one. It's so criminal, dude. It's not even funny anymore. And it's not okay what they do to these kids, man. So, anyway. But, yeah, on that note, I'm pretty much almost done with what I'm doing right now. I just need to do a couple more things. See, I got a defensive victory yesterday. Had that same chick from the other clan, the coalition here, or the other clan, the Warpack there, fuck me over. And then lost 2 defeats. I got a chick that beat me 12 hours ago, got nothing off me. And the person that beat me 3 hours ago got 3 off of me. So it's not bad. Not bad for what it is. So let's see if I can get one back here against some of these people. Okay, got one off that dude. Got one off that chick. Took one off the person calling themselves Saul Goodman. So, see, one off that dude. He came back around again. I'll beat him second time because I know I can. All right, still one. Yep. Okay, let's go after this guy right here. One off that dude. Yeah, still 175 in the ranks. Jesus Christ, respond, you fucking piece of shit. Alright, let's go after this guy right here. Huh. And go after this dude right here. Made it to 174 now. Yeah, it takes forever to get that up there, but it makes sense because you only get 1 or 2 here and there and stuff versus like some of the people you're getting like 11 or 12 off of. So it is what it is, man. Get our dual stuff done there. So it looks like we're 3 in every account right now. Currently left for the boxing gloves, so that's good. So that means we'll have basically 2 days worth of shit to be able to what do you call it now? To oh man, my foot is really cold because it was sitting just outside that blanket for the last hour or so in this 30-something degree weather. Well, we basically have 2 days worth of dudes to get stuff on, which I think I got 10K off each one of those, if I'm not mistaken, give or take. So it worked out pretty well on that one. Check my preservation pays off stuff here. Oh yeah, that's right. I got the other 6 boxing gloves from the 11th thing that I paid money for there. How many fucking tokens do I have right now just sitting around is the question. Need to check that really fast. These accounts. Okay, I got 100 in this one right now. And what is the things? It's what, 500, I think, if I'm not mistaken, correct? I believe. From modification. Yeah, it's 500. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. So I need 400 more on this one then. So. Huh. Yeah. King of the Roads Battlefront truck or battle truck. 1,000. That's when you know you're a fucking pay to win piece of shit, by the way. I actually saw some dude with that the other day, and I'm like, yeah, thanks for telling me you fucking, you know, are a piece of crap, basically. So, yeah. Anyway. see what we got in this one. So we can get a Scarlet Flame. We can get Emerald Camper. Or we can get the Night Fury for the Stinger. I think we're going to go Night Fury at this point. I know one of these is a defense one, if I'm not mistaken. I believe. Yeah, let me check this out. Yeah, the Emerald Camper is health. The Last Christmas that cost twice as much as 1,000 is defense for the camper one, the RV one. Trying to see this right now. Let's get modification plans on this. Okay, it only has North Star for that. What about the bus? Okay, Scarlet Flame is a defense. And then Ride to Hell is an attack, but it costs 1,000. And then we also got our Crimson Wedding. So then, yeah, we got Night Fury, which is health. So, yeah, I might do that guy actually. I think because there's not really a reason to do the other ones right now in this account currently. So if I get like a 500 eventually, I will probably do the Night Fury as it is then, because that would make the most logical sense to do that one compared to the other guys. So, but yeah, they did 3 back-to-back 7 Days of Survival things in these games though, and it was you had Tyrese, you had Axel, and then you had Maggie. Now is what it is, and like I said, you might as well just pay $4. Do get the 7 Days of Survival thing right now for Maggie, and then just simply build her off as what it is then. Later on, those will be over the next month or so, because it's a much better deal overall, I think, personally, for where I'm looking at right now. So I could be wrong about that, but for me personally, I think that's what I'm planning on doing right now, what it is. So not that I can really afford to do that, but you know, it is what it is, and that's what I did this morning. I just, you know, or not this morning, I did it last night, where I just put a couple dollars into each one of the accounts that it is there to do that. So, and I think this will be the last. I think this will be the last time I do anything in this game for money wise, unless I do like one more season after the current one for Warpath, and that'd be it then. Like I couldn't afford it after that, I think is what it is, but especially when I'm trying to save up money to be able to buy like a Nintendo Switch or something, then if that be the case. So, because to me, it's not really worth it to blow $30 every month and to do that stuff. But you know, it did give me a lot of fragmentation though. And the thing is too, like now looking at the fragments and stuff like that, I don't think it's providing me anywhere near enough anymore for what it was. Like it was at one point where I was trying to get them to 120, obviously, and I got all the guys at 120 as it is now. Now it's basically coming down to a point where it's kind of cost benefit analysis kind of deal, where you are trying to figure out like, okay, so I know it's still giving me some of these, but like, do I really need this, or that kind of thing is what it is there? And it's like, okay, I don't need this, or that. So, you know, or it's going to take so much to get this, and this up to something like, is it even worth it at this point, honestly? So that's pretty much where I'm sitting at right now is what it is just weighing that benefit of, okay, like, is it actually worth it to keep these around? Oh, it's not. Okay, then cool. We'll just let them go. Then is what it is. Like the only real reason to have that again for another 30 days at this point. I'm trying to see how many more days we even got right now on the thing. Got 23 more days right now on the whole thing. So yeah, the only reason to re-up in 23 days right now would be if we're still in the mix and we're going for higher comms and shit. That would be the only reason to do anything at that point. Other than that, there's no reason to do anything. So, and for me personally, it's like it's not worth it. So, I'm just gonna say fuck it and just go from there. Is what it'll be. So, but yeah, one thing I will say though is that there was definitely like a really good deal for what we saw in all these things right now for the whole thing. So, and like I said, there is definitely a point in this game where it is worth it to get that stuff. Like I said, it's not inconceivable to want to have your dudes leveled out or whatever the case be. And it really becomes the point in time to get the shit is when you can actually benefit from it, is what it is. If you cannot benefit from it, there's no reason to have it, you know? Because like right now, like there's one more for this current one where I think it is 250 it's giving me for the things for the war pass here. Yeah, it should be the next go around. It gives me 250 fragments. And right now, looking at all the dudes I have on hand currently, like the only one that really benefits would be Rick of all people, because he's at 225 and 280 right now. So we're at, well, I guess technically 250. Let's see. So I guess technically I could up Alpha to a 124 on that one if I wanted to. And yeah, it looks like that's about it actually. There's no other person that's going to benefit from that then. So yeah, so it'd basically be up Alpha or up Rick. Actually, how many is Alpha right now? Alpha is what's 95 of 270, so Rick's 225 2, so it'd be 55, so that'd be 195 that would have left after that. So actually, no, I look at it, I could up Rick, I could actually up Rick to 138. I could up Alpha to 124, and then I would have a handful left after that to go towards probably Holly, is what it looks like here. Yeah, Holly right now is the only one that is a yeah, Holly's the only one right now that does not have an upgrade to the next level. Everybody else is at least a 7-1 right now, except for Mercer. Wait, is Mercer and Laura? No, Mercer and Laura are still 7 stars. So yeah, so Mercer, Laura, and Holly are still 120s. Princess just got up to a 121, enough to up her to 122 for the combat experience, unfortunately. And that's one thing with Rick. Rick and Alpha would basically be null and void. The only thing that they would up would be Rick's health, and you would up Alpha's attack a little bit. So it's still going to be worth it, though, obviously. But the whole point is like not being able to do the rest of it then. So, and I'm still over 100 anvils away from being able to get the guns that I need to get to up my Negan in this account. So or have the guns. I just need to get the swords is what it is, or the sword is what it is. I'm still 100 and some change away from being able to acquire that shit right now is what it is. I'm gonna check my carnivores thing and see if we've hit 6K yet or not. Oh, nice, we finally did. Fuck yeah. Alright, so that's done. Gives us another 25 on that one then. So, see who's leading right now. Is it us? Or is it them? Nope, it is us. Okay, so we have 3 formations in our war pack. We are second right now by just under 1,000. And then 101 or 01, 32, 66. Yes, it'd be 20, 001, 2132, 2266, 2268, or about 2,000 behind us right now. So right now, for the mid-season on the 10th of next month, we will take rank 2 rewards of the first go, potentially right now, if we stay this right now. So we'll end up with 8 golden season tokens, 25,000 silver season tokens, and then 850 speed up stuff across the board, and 50% long ranges, or 50% march speeds. And then manager's special rewards, which apparently are, if you're like R4s and stuff like that, you get over 4,000 rubies and stuff like that, which is kind of bullshit. And it's one reason why I'd like to be a fucking R4 or something here. But I'm not, unfortunately. No. What I need to do right now is I need to actually just finish this, right? I believe so. Just checking this just to make sure. I need to burn through some of my elite, or some of my carnivores stuff on here, because I'm at 500 right now is what it is. Burn off about 8 or 9 hours worth then, for sure. Yeah, okay, that's done. Yeah. Get at least a few hours worth to have, so it's not just sitting here wasting. That's one thing I do wish with this game, is that there was like a way to like up it to at least 1,000 or something. So that way you're not just like sitting there full up at 500 and it just doesn't do anything after that then. So I actually saw a fucking funny ass one the other day where it was people talking about Home Alone, and it was supposed to be the old man Morley, or whatever the guy's name was there, that they called the South Bend Shovel Slayer in that movie. And it was funny because it was basically him and Kevin becoming like friends or something was the theory after the fact. And it was the old man like on his deathbed telling Kevin he actually was like a serial killer, and then it basically like led Kevin to basically become like Jigsaw down the road or something. It's like, so you mean you changed his name to John Kramer, got cancer, and became Jigsaw? That seems kind of fucking far-fetched, but it was kind of funny the way it was put together though. So it did give me a laugh, I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, yeah, it was kind of just ludicrous in general. So, but that's what most of those things are anyway, and it's all just for fun and games, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know, man. I could actually see Kevin McAllister legit being like some fucking crazed motherfucker in the future or something like that, dude. Like that would be kind of interesting if somebody actually did, because I don't know if the rights to Home Alone are still under anybody's umbrella right now or not. I think maybe they are, because they did that stupid ass retarded version a few years ago at like Disney or whatever. Because it'd be interesting to see somebody do almost like a Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey kind of deal with like Home Alone or something like that, where it's basically like a grown up like Kevin McAllister is like now like this crazy like Patrick Bateman type or whatever the case be or something, like just some nut. So, that being said, I don't think he would be though, because truthfully, like people were saying like, oh, he had no friends, or it's like, bro, that's not the case at all. Like he obviously has friends at school and shit. Like, and the truth is his family didn't hate him. Like that's the one caveat that people like always misremember. Like they're always like, oh, his family fucking hated him. If that were the case, dude, his mother would not have spent like 3 days of her life literally going through hell to try to get back to this kid. Like, no, they had a fucking fight because he's being a little ass is what it is to begin with the fucking movie. Like, if you have children, you fucking know that, dude. If you've ever been around kids that are just being assholes and little brats and shit, you know that. And that's exactly what it is. It's you have a woman who is stressed the fuck out to begin with in that movie because her dumbass fucking brother-in-law came in with his family. Everybody's running all over hell, getting their shit together because they're going to France next day is what it is, which, by the way, that's one thing that always bothered shit on me about that movie was, how the fuck are you going to be sitting there going up to France and shit and not have all your shit packed and like right there at the fucking door ready to roll out the next morning, dude. Like there should have been like a pile of luggage at that point then. Of like everybody's bags just ready to roll out, dude. So like that was a big fail on that one. And the real ironic part about the whole movie actually is, and actually especially the sequel too for that matter, is if TSA had existed back in those days, you know, they would have never missed that kid because they would have found him on the airport and been like, "Oh yeah, you're in the wrong plane, bro." So, or you're attempting to get on the wrong plane there, buddy. So, anyway, but yeah, one thing that always kind of bugged me about the second one too, for that matter, is like when you got Harry and Marv breaking out of the penitentiary there and stuff like that, and their thing is to basically go, ditch out of Chicago and go to New York. Like, would your main thing not be go kill the kid who took you down to begin with, dude? Like, you would think that, right? Like you're obviously like, because the thing is, like in that sequel movie, he's like they're on intent to murder, dude, that kid in New York. So it's like, yeah, why wouldn't you, like, where his fucking house is in Chicago? Like, why wouldn't you just go to his house? Like, it just makes no sense at all for that matter. Like, that's the one like plot hole I've seen in that over the years watching those films over and over again. So, like, you would think you want to get revenge on that kid and then maybe ditch out to New York is what it is or something, dude, after the fact. So, but I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, I just thought that was funny though. But yeah, those movies do hold up though, for real. Over the years, I just watched Home Alone the other day, is what it was, and it's still pretty good as an adult, man. Like, it still makes me laugh like it did as a child. And what was the other one? Home Alone 2, I think, is better though because it has obviously Trump in it for about 5 minutes. Because for those who don't know, the reason that Trump was given a cameo in that movie to tell Kevin where the lobby was is because it happened to be the Trump Tower that was owned at that time by Donald Trump in New York. They were using for that Plaza Hotel place as the backdrop for that. So it's a pretty interesting little factoid for you out there. And yeah, it's actually a pretty good. It's a really good movie in general. Like, both of them are actually. I mean, there's obviously classics from both movies for sure. Like, you got in the first one, it's Kevin giving shit to everybody and being like he's fucking with the pizza guy and stuff like that with the whatever that movie is, the gangster film. And then of course the second one is much funnier though, when he's in the hotel room and he's in the one room and he's like turning the TV on and stuff like that to flip it on there, and it was the concierge guy played by oh god, what's that dude's name now? I can't remember the guy's name was off. He's a very famous actor, dude. He was also in National Lampoon's Little Weapon One's the villain and stuff like that. Tim Curry, that's who it is. Yeah, Tim Curry was the concierge in that movie. Rob Schneider obviously was the bellhop. I'm not sure who the woman was that was the other lady that worked for the hotel there, but or I should say it was the woman who worked for the hotel there, not the other lady, because neither one of those first two were women. So, but anyway, although to be fair, Tim Curry kind of screamed like a bitch in that movie, so or at least acted like a fucking fop anyway. But no, it's just funny because they're all obviously in the hotel room with like the really old ass security guy and stuff like that named Cliff, and then it's the dude, the gangster dude going through the whole thing about like the whole like tagline with the chick is what it is there or whatever. And he's like, "You've been smooching with everybody, Cheeks, Boney Bob, Cliff." And then like everybody looks over at the fucking old security guy and he's like, "No, it's a lie." That's so fucking good, dude. Like, see, that's what was funny, because like we used to make fun of the whole gay shit is what it is, dude. Like, in a joking manner, like not that you're trying to like physically insult people who are gay or anything like that, but it's like, no, it's a fucking joke, people. Like, that's the whole point. And you could laugh that shit off back in the day, you know, because it was funny. Like, that's the whole point. It was presented in a comedic fashion. And that's the problem that the left doesn't get these days, is they just want to sit there and be all fucking angry and butthurt about everything is what it is. And then people wonder why we get fucking irritated with their asses after a while. So, but yeah, it's just, those are great movies. I seem to watch those at least, I think, once a season anyway, around Christmas time, or at least the holidays anyway. So, and, yeah, what was interesting is going back to the theory about the old guys, what it is there. Because they were talking about having them call up like everybody except for Old Man Morley is what it is or whatever. And the thing about it is, though, it's like, okay, you say that, like, that's the thing. This guy that was doing the I think it was Instagram or whatever it was there, that was using that in his theory as like, oh, because the parents knew that the guy was like actually a serial killer, whatever the case be, and just didn't want their kid around the deal or whatever it was there. Thing is, it's like, you don't know that, dude. And the fact of the matter is, it happened to be the mother giving the aunt her address book is what it was to call up the neighbors. The thing is, who's to say if you even have that guy's fucking number? You know, who's the hell to say if the old man even has a fucking phone, for God's sakes? You know? Because it could be a situation there where you still have his fucking phone number or whatever the case, because you're not fucking friends with them or whatever then. So yeah, you might have an address book that has like, 5, 6 people on your fucking block numbers because you're friends with these people, whatever the case, you hang out with these people. But like, yeah, when you have some lonely old man, dude, are you really gonna hang out with a fucking lonely old man as a family at that point? No, it's gonna be some elderly ass neighbor. You're like, hey buddy, what's going on? And you don't really talk to the guy. Like, you see him in passing, you give him a wave or whatever the case be, most likely. It's like my uncle and I were talking about this yesterday when I was out on the chiropractor. We were discussing how Hollywood over portrays like the whole like racial tensions and stuff like that all the time is what it is there. And between like neighbors and like other various shit or whatever the case be. And he was saying about how he's like he knows his neighbors in the neighborhood that everybody doesn't really know him. Like, it's basically like a in passing, like, hey, how's it going kind of thing. And that's what I was telling him. I was like, yeah, with the exception of, like, seriously, even on even living here where I'm at right now for like 13 years straight right now, and having lived here with the exception of a couple years down in Columbus throughout my entire childhood, like, 37 of my 39 years on earth right now, like, bro, I barely know who the fuck I live around right now is what it is. Like, I know people obviously in my general vicinity of like the first, few houses and stuff here, but like, truthfully, there's been a guy that moved in like 3-4 years ago now. I've never even fucking met at this point. I have no idea who this person is. So, I meant to go talk to him one day, but I never got a chance to, is what it was. And it sucks that I never got to meet these people. But then again, it's also that house is the one that's going to be for sale at some point here, is what it is. So, because I guess they couldn't afford it or something. So it's like, yeah, why would I get to know the person if they're just going to move out anyway at some point down the road? And now I'm moving out, so it's like, I don't even fucking care at this point, honestly, It's whatever, dude. So, and that's the thing, like, unless you really know who you want to hang out with or who your neighbors are, whatever the case be, like, people really don't know each other that much anymore, dude. Like, I mean, shit, for real, like, I was living down in an apartment building in Columbus, Ohio, right by Ohio State's college, dude, for a year of my life. I never got to know anybody in that apartment complex the entire time I lived there, because I would go to class, I would come back to the apartment, I would make some food, and I'd watch TV, and I would go to sleep after doing my homework and shit. That was all I did. Because I didn't give a fuck to get to know these people, is what it was. Because I did not care. And that's the problem with most people. And that's what pisses me off so much about all these lefties and stuff out there. They're all like doing these stupid ass fucking marches where they're all like, whose streets are streets kind of bullshit. And it's like, bitch, you don't even fucking know your neighbors down there. You don't. You're not a fucking community. You're a bunch of fucking retarded assholes in most cases that don't give a shit about each other. And then you just want to push fucking racial demographic crap is what it is. And we're all sick of it, honestly. So, but yeah, it's just fucking infuriating is what it is, dude. That wasn't a bad one. I got a sheep in that 10. See the other 10 here. And of course, nothing in the second 10. Motherfucker. You know what happens. But yeah, it's fucking infuriating, dude, because it's like you have these people that want to act like they're all fucking like, you know, king shit and give a fuck about each other. And it's like, dude, you don't give a damn about anybody. Like, you're all a bunch of fucking retards who just want to sit there and play the fucking blame game because you're in a perpetual state of just fucking racial bullshit is what it is in many cases. It's like that Matt Walsh movie he did that he called Am I Racist? And bro, I swear to God, like, it makes sense how fucked up these leftist people are now because their whole entire existence is propagated, I think is what it is. I think I'm using the right word there. On the fact that they're just trying to be a perpetual victim is what it is there. And it's like, y'all are stupid, man. Like, go live your life. Go fucking find love. Go hang out with people. Go do something, you know? Be a productive member of society, for God's sakes. Make some friends. Meet some fucking neighbors and shit. You know, because that's one thing I did realize, even living in Columbus for the time I did, actually, is, bro, I was super lonely back then. Because outside of my siblings, I didn't really meet anybody is what was there. But it was also the fact that it was like, I didn't really have time to do anything with anybody anyway. So it's like, you know, my time was already like kind of, you know, what you call it. But at the same time, like I probably could have, like, truthfully, if I had lived there for X amount of time after that or whatever, because the thing was, I knew going into that I was going to live in that place for a year. Like I knew that for a fact. Like I knew I was going to go in there. I was going to live there for a single year and then I was going to be moving on. And I think that's why I never made relationships with people in that place is because it's like, there was no reason to. There was zero reason to. Because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with you for like 6 months and then we're never gonna see each other again kind of thing is what it is there. So it's like, what's even the point, you know? But at the same time, like I should have probably got to know my next door neighbor people there because it was a young couple. They seemed kind of cool for the most part. But then again, like there was times where I was trying to sleep, and this is why, by the way, I will never live in apartments again that aren't sturdy ass fucking walls that can't be heard through is what it is for 2 reasons. Because that apartment complex down there, the people above me that had their fucking little weird ass like techno system going on all the time where it could be heard through the fucking floorboards. Like it was their floor and my ceiling that could be heard through to where I had to like get a broom and like knock the fucking ceiling and was like, turn it the fuck down, asshole. And then they finally did. And then it was the guy and his chick that were living across from me there, where it was like a weird catty corner apartment thing is what it was. Which I think truthfully it was like technically like one bigger apartment that was turned into like 2 small apartments as it was then. And I don't know if their TV was like right there at my wall or what the fuck it was. But bro, like there was one time I was trying to sleep down there. And the reason I was trying to sleep was because I had to go to a tournament down at the convention center next day for MTG is what it was. And these fucking dickheads at like 10:30, 11:30 at night, something like that, during the quiet hours of the apartment complex, had their shit so fucking loud because the guy was playing like fucking Call of Duty or some shit like that, that it like fucked me up and broke me out of a dead sleep, honestly. And I was so pissed, bro. Like I seriously debated about like putting my shoes on and like knocking on their fucking door about a minute later, honestly. But I decided not to because it was, you know, pitch black and the fucking shitty ass ghetto-ish area there is what it was. Which, by the way, the sad part is where I lived at there in Columbus was like, I think a couple blocks from Ohio State's campus. And bro, like it was fucking ghetto back then in 2010. And it's gotten so much fucking worse since then is what it is. So, yeah, if I was ever to go down there at all and like walk those streets even in the middle of the fucking day, I wouldn't go down without carrying, honestly. And at that point, it wouldn't just be one gun; it'd be multiple guns on me. So it'd be multiple guns and multiple mags, because there's no fucking chance at hell I'm going to be a victim of some asshole. But yeah, it's no good, man. It's not worth it to be down there in that fucking shithole. That place sucks ass, and yeah, it's a horrible fucking city. It smells like shit, honestly. And as far as my understanding is now, I was reading a article the other day that was talking about Columbus is now considered one of the rattiest cities in Ohio. I want to say it was Cleveland was like in the top 10 or 11 of that whole thing or whatever. And then I want to say Columbus was in like the top 20 or something, top 25, one of the two. And then Cincinnati also made that list, which is kind of funny given the fact that they're all run by Democrats of all things. So it's like, yeah, no wonder they're the rattiest cities because they're all a bunch of demo rats, Democrats. Yeah, just I was making a joke, but now seriously, they're Andrew Ginther is a shitty ass fucking mayor, dude. I don't understand how this dude keeps getting reelected, honestly, when he should be in state prison right now for deprivation of law against the American people here in the state of Ohio, when he's been trying to restrict our gun rights for years at the fucking local levels, what it is there, and trying to do like mag bans and all kinds of other shit that directly break state preemption is what it is there. And it's like, when you're directly trying to break state preemption, dude, your ass should be in prison right now is what it is. End of story. I don't give a fuck who you are. So, but the problem is, I guess the people that they're running against Ginther are even worse than Ginther is what it is, because they're all a bunch of radical leftist nut jobs that are all about like pushing fucking all kinds of psycho woke ass bullshit is what it is there. And I think that's why this guy keeps getting reelected, is because it's like, yeah, it's either this guy who's like basically a shitty moderate, or it's some like total fucking nutter after that or whatever. And most people don't want the total fucking nutter is what it is there. So they choose that weird lesser of two evils Democrat kind of person, which you really shouldn't be choosing any kind of lesser of two evils at all, dude. You should just be choosing the person that's not evil at all is what it is there. So, but again, it's semantics at that point. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Not really much you can do about it, unfortunately, unless you would, you know, deal with the problems at hand is what it is there. So, all right, let's see. I got 136 right now. So, do I have enough to do that right now? Is the question. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should, I think. Okay, so take this guy off of here. Go ahead and pull that one off here. So that's 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Make ourselves a bandana or headband. So yeah, we are one piece away from making Holly then into a full legendary, which is we need a bunch of gloves right now. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're actually good on that then. We have enough to do our gloves later on her. That's cool. That's good. So. Yeah, hopefully I can get a. Yeah, right now I got a 4-2 call to arms to white in the sanatorium account is what it is. That has 5 fragments of 90. So it needs 85 more. So 70 would be the thing. So it'd be takes 75, and then yeah, the 15 from becoming will be enough to up him with that and the thing then. So it'll be a 4-3 by the time the next scavenge rush ends. And then it'll just be a matter of getting the other 180 then, which will be yeah, it should be about another month or so after that. I'll be having him up to a 5-star. Then is what it'll be. So it'll probably be sometime in early January, is my guess. Is when I'll have Call to Arms to White as a 5-star then, and then from there it'll just be a matter of getting him up to a 5-1 and stuff like that. Which, as long as we can get him to a 5-star, let's see, 85. Yeah, so I want to get him to a 105 eventually, because if I can get him to 105, he would become I have to get trying to figure it out now. Yeah, so it'd be another 550 then after that. So that'd be so essentially it would be 3 months worth of scavenger rushes, or a mix of scavenger rush and like the Sunday ones and stuff. But yeah, if you can get him up to a 6.5, he would be adding 624 march capacity and a plus 39% defense to your crew. But even as a 100 then, or 85 even for that matter, he will go to 480 to the crew and then 30% to the defense is what it is there. So that's not too bad. Not too bad. Maybe do a little better than that, obviously, but not much, though. Get my Tyrese up to a 6-star here is what it is. And then we'll take the other 5 here. Let's see, 250. Okay, so we'll have Rosita up to a 7-1. And we'll get Morgan up to a 134 on that one. And I'll take these universal fragments right here, throw them towards Adventurer Laura, because we're trying to get her up to a level 100 at some point here as well. So she can get a fighter's attack increase a little bit then. So it's not too bad right now. Yeah, not too bad at all. So let's see what I got out of my things today. What it is. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 12, 28, 33. So out of 33, let's see what I got here. So we got nothing out of that first one. Just random shit out of the second one. Random shit out of the third one. Let's see, the 5's at 30. Is a couple of ruby sets. 31s. Nothing. 32s. Nothing. 33s. Nothing. And then the 34s. Please give me a Negan fragment. Nope, just another ruby set. That's crazy. So out of 33, I got 3 ruby sets and no Negan fragments at all. So it's kind of pathetic, actually. Sad is what it is. Very truly sad. But again, not much can be done about that, unfortunately. It becomes a whole situation. So, but yeah, we'll. I think we're coming closer and closer to taking 37s right now for this season. Or not 37s, 57s for the next columns and stuff. So I don't know exactly when those will be done, but hopefully it'll be sometime soon. But hopefully it doesn't show up on like Christmas or on Thanksgiving Day or something like that, because that'd be ridiculous and that'd piss me off because I would totally miss out on them just from being hanging out with family and stuff, or not family, friends of the family is what it is, because I've been invited over there to spend a few hours on Thanksgiving then. So Which hopefully by then I'll be in my new place. Then it won't be an issue. I can just walk down the street from the new place, and then just simply, walk back after I'm done or whatever. Then, unless it's like, well, I was gonna say, unless it's like it is today right now, where it's all snowy out and shit, because there's no way in hell I'd be, walking down a street or whatever, not knowing if I'm gonna be slipping and falling or not. Especially when I got potentially shit in my hand walking back or whatever. So, because I assume I'll be given a plate of food or whatever after I leave the place to take with me for later on then or whatever, which I do plan on doing that, obviously. Because why wouldn't I? Nothing else. I'd just grab a big old chunk of turkey or something like that then and have it be for a sandwich the next day or something then. That's the only good thing about doing Thanksgiving is the leftover turkey is what it is, dude. That shit is so fucking good as a turkey sandwich. Which the way to do that obviously is you take the bread, put a little, like, slather a little chunk of mayo on it. There is what it is, mayo. Depending on what you want to call it, mayonnaise. I tend to go with the actual mayo. And then you do like a thin layer of that on the one side, and then you do the turkey on it, and maybe a piece of cheese on the turkey. I'm not sure though on that. Maybe cheese on the side actually would be a thing, because I've done it both ways, and it sometimes tastes good. Sometimes it depends on cheese too, by the way. Like if you got like some marble cheese or something like that, maybe. So, but yeah, basically the gist is you get the turkey, you do the one side with a little bit of mayo on it, and then you put a bunch of turkey down, sprinkle a little salt, maybe some pepper on there, and then you do the other side of the bread with some mayo too, and then you just simply have that in there and have that layer of moisture be there for everything that's there is what it is. Because I've tried it without that before, and it doesn't take. It tastes too dry, is what it is at that time. Then is one thing I've noticed. Whereas if you do it the right way, you get it nice and moisturized, and it can be really, really good at that point. It tastes very good, honestly, and it's a really good Black Friday meal, basically. So, but yeah, I prefer actually Small Business Saturday myself if I was going to do anything, but this year I don't think I'm going to do much of anything because I don't have the money. I was talking to my sister about that actually. I was like, hey, is there, what's the chances of us getting together for Christmas this year? And she's like, yeah, no, probably not. So, because her whole thing is not even wanting to think about the holidays at this point, which makes sense because, literally this Thanksgiving will be the first Thanksgiving that since Mom has passed, and yeah, it's just not fun, man. It's a situation there where she should definitely still be with us, is what it is, and it's not cool, man. So, oh, okay. Wait, when was the other ones then? Did I already miss one too? Okay, we're taking 2 camps later apparently. To get our Battlefields missions on. Or Battlefronts missions. That's another thing too that they upgraded in this time around. They did the Battlefronts. Here's what it is. Where it's all the stuff you need for that is what it is for the day. Which on this one currently for the limited time tasks, it was Coalition holds 166 season location at the end of the cycle, and then holds 2 at the end of the cycle, and you get 6 boxing gloves from that. And some other shit. Oh, okay, I see here now. Yeah, your clan has newly occupied 3 survivor camps this cycle. And then there's 2 survivor camps, and then there's 1 survivor camp. So, that's interesting. Where do we fall on this anyway right now? Looks like we're 3rd right now. Yeah. Let's see. So, in 3rd, we are taking 1,000 rubies for the cycle right now. Yeah, so apparently this is all the way down to 50 on these. And it is rank 1 gets 1,400 rubies. Rank 2 gets 1,100. Rank 3 gets 1,000. Rank 4 and 5 get 800. And then 6 through 10 get 700. 11 to 20 get 600. 21 through 50 get 600. And then 51 to 100 get 400. Which usually it's only like top 10 that even exist right here on these things. And then what they call management rewards, which is basically if you're an R4 or R5 or whatever in the different clans and stuff, depending on where you're ranking at, you obviously get a couple hundred more rubies and stuff like that and some other shit too for like your materials like copper and iron and stuff like that for your vehicles, and then some bullets and shit. So it is what it is. I only have 40 in this one right now for my... Have I done it right? Huh. What the fuck? I just looked at my thing right now. For some reason, my shit's been... No wonder my fucking thing seemed like it was less than everybody else's. I didn't even realize this entire time I never activated my Crimson Wedding thing in my network account. Like, it's always been the original. Like, no wonder that always seemed to be a little bit less than everybody else when we were doing the Whisperers bosses and shit. Yeah, that makes total sense now, because I never had the actual extra 3% attack in place is what it is there. So, whoops. I totally thought that was active at that point. I had no idea it wasn't. So, yeah, that's no good, man. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? That's right. Damn it. I just realized I'm stupid. There was a reason why I was there. I was trying to activate a 12-hour shield right now. Who is calling me or texting me right now? Oh, it's Classic Firearms again. Let's see, what is this thing? Is that not the same exact shit you sent me like an hour ago, motherfuckers? Yeah. Yeah, it's literally the same exact gun I was looking at earlier. So, and again, it wasn't worth what you wanted for it then, dude. It's still not worth it for that money. So there you go. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like, it's not that I don't want like a big ass revolver, obviously, for like possible handgun hunting in the future and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, my problem is, like, I just can't justify the crazy price of those, and I could literally buy a standard or basically a little bit improved AR for the same exact price, you know? Like, when I can get like a good quality rifle for the same exact price, like, I don't know why the hell I'd buy this revolver, you know? Like, it just seems kind of pointless at that point, honestly. Especially with the revolver only having, 6 or 7 rounds in it, depending on what kind of revolver it is, obviously. And the fact of the matter is, it's like, am I really going to carry fucking big iron on my hip every day? Like an open carry is what it is there. It's like, no, I'm not, dude. I'm going to fucking have that. I'm going to be concealed carrying something else is what it is now. Like, now, granted, that being said, if they had something like, I don't know, like a Taurus 942 on price that was like a good deal or whatever the case be, that would be way better deal even with me having it, sent to a gun shop, whatever, then, like, would I be more inclined to do it then is what it is? And it's like, yes, I would be. Actually, that being said, the gun shop that's in the town over here, my uncle and I were driving past it the other day, and it seemed to be open now on the weekdays. So I'm guessing they extended their hours or something now is what it is, because it used to be a weekend time that they were open for. So like Saturdays, Sundays. So I don't know if somebody got laid off or they're actually just quit their job and they're trying to do that full time now or what it is there, but or maybe they did what I thought was going to happen, which is they hired somebody else on is what it is throughout the day, so they could basically have somebody there through weekdays and stuff to get like shit in place is what it is, which makes sense to me, because it's like, I don't understand how the hell they think they could have how much I say this now. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck they thought they were gonna have a functioning gun store that was only open 2 days a fucking week is what it is during the weekends. And then half the time they were closed like one of the weekend days because they had some shit going on or whatever it was. And it's like, yeah, dude, like you can't really have like a functioning shop like that if you're not going to be there to even have it running, you know? So, but yeah, they seem like there's some pretty good people that were running that place, and they had a very good rate on their transfer fees over there. So if I was ever going to transfer something in this area, I'd go to them as what it is there. Or actually, I would just go in there if I had the money and just buy something from their place, because I know that was the only place I've seen so far that actually has PSA daggers in stock, because they literally go to PSA's website and buy a couple of stock in their freaking cases, what it is. And yeah, if I was going to buy something like that, I'd just be like, okay, cool, how much? And they'd be like, it's this much money or whatever. And I'd be like, okay, cool, here you go. Which I think, honestly, it's not much more than PSA is charging for it initially. Like, they don't really mark it up at all, for that matter. So it's a very good fucking deal on that one. So anyway, let's see, 20. Trying to figure out what I got right here now. 20, 40, 59, 61, 76, 82, 84, 87. Okay. So we got 87 in this one. Kind of thing. So out of 87, got nothing in that first one. Nothing in the second one. Nothing in that third set. I'm going to see if I can actually screen share it now after 3 hours doing this. Nope, still being a dickhead. Weird. That was, we're going for 3 hours now, Jesus. Yeah, I didn't expect to go this long. So, all right, so nothing in those first sets of things. So going on to the 28s, it has 6 in it. Nothing in that one. Go to the 29 that has 15. Got some stuff in this one. So we got 580 rubies and 3 Season X boxes. So that'd be 3 Negan fragments. So that's 4 things entirely right now out of the 87 currently. Next set has nothing in it. That's 17, by the way, boxes in that. With a 19 set of boxes. This has something in this. And it's one more box. Really? One box of the 19? Are you fucking kidding me, people? So that was 5 in total right now. Next set is nothing. And then we got a set of 3, which is nothing. And then the final set of 6 34s is nothing. Motherfucker. Seriously. So I had, 4 boxes and 1 set of rubies in there out of 87. That's ridiculous, dude. That is fucking complete bullshit. Yeah, that's what, like one every like 15 or 20 almost. Jesus. That's pathetic, dude. Yeah, those ratios are fucked, man, entirely. That really upsets me on that. Add my Maggie frags to that one. Grab my couple of Tyrese fragments. Here's what it is I got over on this side for the day. Put that down over here. Yeah, we are 14 of 50 right now for Maggie frags. And then we got 25 more coming right now on the thing, so that takes us up to 39. So that would be, next week would be 46, and then the following week would be 53 on that. So I'd have enough in 2 weeks then to get her up for, cost me $2 more to get that then. So that's not too bad at all. So, yeah, like I said, it's worth it to do it that way, honestly. It's it's not worth it to pay $20 to get all 50 of them, dude. Because really, like, yeah, you're paying the $20 and you're getting all 50 of the 7-day survival thing. But at the same time, what else are you actually getting out of this? Is my question right now. I need to check the stuff here. I mean, I guess you're getting extra stuff too, for that matter, because you're getting, let's see, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. So you're technically getting like 6,000 extra rubies, and then you're getting like 10,000 minutes of speed ups, and you're also getting, let's see, 150, 260. You're getting like 340-ish or so of the long, 325 of the long ranges then. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I can justify $20 on that though, dude. Because you're paying 20. Because think about that is right. Okay, so you're getting that for $20, right? You're getting 325 long ranges, 10,000 minutes of speed ups, 6,000 rubies, or 60,000, or 6,000 rubies, and then 25 Maggie frags. Versus you're going into the preservation pays off, and you're doing that for 4 weeks. You're getting 28 fragments. You're also getting 24 boxing gloves. You're getting 80 tokens for the vehicle tokens, and then a bunch of other stuff. So, and that's all. That would be, it'd be $4 a piece. That'd be $4 for all that shit. So, I don't know. 80 vehicle tokens, 24 gloves, 28 fragments, and some other shit for vehicles. Oh, and some dust for your gloves. Versus you're paying 5 times as much. You're getting 3 less fragments. And instead of gloves, you're getting a bunch of long ranges and a bunch of rubies and a bunch of speed ups. Yeah, I don't think that justifies $20, dude. Like maybe 10, maybe 15 at most. I just don't see the value there for $20, dude. I really don't. So versus that $4 value, like that's totally worth it, obviously, dude. So yeah, I just don't see the value. I just don't see the value that's associated there. So maybe I'm wrong. But like I know you need rubies and stuff too, for that matter. But like at the same time, it's like, yeah, that really doesn't seem like enough. Like it really, really doesn't. Like it seems like too little to me. So, like I said, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm dead wrong, honestly, on that one. But I don't know. It just feels like the value's not there, dude. Like I could see maybe if it was like maybe like 10K rubies, and then like I don't know, like another like maybe like 40 fragments or something, and then like a couple more, like maybe like 400 fucking long ranges and stuff. Like I could see maybe that would be worth a $20 value, but like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't see the value there, man. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like there's enough value there. At least not in my opinion, anyway. So, yeah, I just don't see the value. I really don't see the value, man. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. It just doesn't feel like it's there. Like that's what I'm saying, dude. Like it just doesn't. It does not feel like it's there at all, value wise. So, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. So I just don't think I am in this case. It just doesn't feel like the value's there. So Hunt the Hunters. Yeah, so I got 8, 9, 10.5, 11.5, and 12.5 mil to finish off on that right now. In the next couple days. Mad Felicia. Caveman Jack. Grandma Onslaught. Yeah, I got 23 against her today. I finished off all the Jack ones, and I got 20 against the Mad Felicia chick. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the hunters themselves were trying to think now. Yeah, I think they were whatchamacallit people back in the day. I'm thinking like nutters is what the question I'm saying is, but that's not what it actually is. That's not what I'm actually recalling now. It would be something else. Is what I'm thinking of what they were called. So, but no, seriously, they would be. I'm not sure what the fuck they would be considered now at this point. Cannibals. That's what it is. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's cannibals. Yeah, they're cannibals. Yeah, that's what it is. Yep, that's what I was thinking they were. Yeah, they were cannibal people. That's what it is. Yeah, because it would have been because in the comics, that's what it was. It was the comics. They were the hunters, and then in the TV series season 5, it was they were the cannibal people at Terminus is what it is there. So that was the big difference. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like truthfully though, like because the time period between what was the beginning of the grid down there and then where Gareth and them had become like full-blown cannibals and stuff, dude, it really was not that long. Like when you actually look at like the timeline of events, like it was probably like maybe 6 months and those people were already cannibals and shit, dude, which is like, I get, you can't find food, but at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, I don't think I'm eating people that quick, dude, is what it is. Like, I'm just gonna say it like it is, bro. Like, that seems like very fucking quick to start eating people, honestly, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, like if I'm being truthfully honest, dude, like that seems real quick to start eating motherfuckers. So, like at least wait a year anyway, So, if at all, for that matter. But nah, seriously though, obviously making a joke on that one. But not for real though. If you are actually in a situation like that where you have to go like, down that rabbit hole of, stuff or whatever, like, dude, like there's better ways, obviously. But my thought process in the whole thing is it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying I wouldn't go down that route if it came to it, but at the same time, it's like it's not something I'd personally want to have to do, is what it is. So I think really it comes down to being everybody has to make their own decisions on that one, and depending on who they are, where they are, what there are, et cetera, et cetera. It's a situation there where you are definitely going to be. How am I trying to say this now? You basically have to decide for yourself how you want to live your life at that point, and what you want to become is what it is. And if what you want to become is a people eater, like, okay, cool, but at the same time, like, most people ain't going down that road, bro. So I'm just saying it like it is. But yeah, it's a very fine line between, eating motherfuckers and not eating motherfuckers is what it is. By the way, I got 15 boxing gloves left in my account right now. So it is. I just got 8 off that one. So if I can get 8 a day for the next 2 days, I should be able to get those all done before the end of the thing there. So, and that's the problem with having your shit a little bit less is what it is right now, because it's not giving you quite enough every time. So that's what it is. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I said, I think there's a very fine line between like survival and like, you know, eating people basically. And it really is that fucked up mentality of like, you know, I don't really want to have to eat people is what it is, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not saying, you know, if it came to it, like everybody's not going to have to make their own decisions about, hey, are you eating people or not kind of deal. But at the same time, it's like, you know, if I don't have to eat people, I'm not going to eat people, is what it is, you know. Because we saw that shit in the Book of Eli too, where it's, you know, you eat too much people and stuff, and you start having those shakes and shit. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of that shit, man. So anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to say though. Some people will go that route though, is what it is, you know. And the thing is too, like every time in history I've ever seen like cannibalistic stuff happen, it's never really been people that wanted to go cannibal. It seemed like it was always just people that, you know, unfortunately had a situation happen where, you know, they got fucked up, and, you know, like those dudes on that plane in the Andes or whatever it was there, where they were some, what do you call them now? Yeah, they were like a football team or whatever it was, you know, obviously football as in soccer, as we call it here in the States is what it is, or as they call it overseas, football. So not Americanized football, obviously, like the actual, like kicking a ball with your foot, which, like I said, we then redefined as soccer. And yeah, it was those guys. It was that kind of a team, really, is what it was out there, who were, you know, out there doing their thing or whatever. And it was, I forget if it was the pilot taking a bad route or what exactly it was, but they basically got caught in like some kind of turbulence, I believe was what it was, or something along those lines. And then ended up being a situation where they were forced to essentially cannibalize their own at that point. And yeah, it just did not work out well for them at that point then. And it all went to shit basically at that point, dude. And you had, like, I think the worst part of that story is that you had these people that were basically, they had no fire, and they were essentially like their buddies who had like frozen to death essentially after they died in impact or whatever it was. They were like cutting chunks of like basically sushi off their asses is what it is there, dude. And it's like, that's the one thing I would say, dude. Like, if I was ever going to be in a situation where, you know, cannibalism was a reality or whatever the case be, it would be like some Terminus shit where it's like, yeah, you're putting that motherfucker on a barbecue and barbecuing their ass flat, you know, Alex Jones style. Not fucking eating like some dude's fucking, you know, raw ass cheek, wherever it is there to survive. Like, fuck that. Like, I would honestly pick up a gun and put a bullet in my own head at that point before I did that shit. So, if there was one available, obviously, in that kind of situation. But yeah, I think a lot of those guys didn't have that option, obviously. But yeah, to me, you're something else at that point then. If you have to go down that route, obviously. So yeah, I'm not about that life, obviously. Because the thing is, you're basically fucked on both ends of that one. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't, dude. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because you're going to die of starvation most likely, and you're not going to be able to make it back to your family alive and stuff. You're damned if you do, because then you're going to be labeled as a fucking cannibal the rest of your life, basically, until you die. So you're really in a no-win situation all the way around. So it does kind of suck on that aspect of things, because, you know, if it wasn't for that, like, you'd be better off, obviously. But, like, yeah, I don't know, man. It just, something doesn't feel right about it, obviously. And like in that kind of a situation, I definitely think I would just sort of be like, okay, here's the deal. Like, I'm just going to starve to death. You guys can eat my dead body when I'm dead, kind of thing. You know, keep me mostly intact, please, kind of thing. Like, just eat like the good bits off of me or whatever then. So, but anyway. Or is the one, I was watching a video this morning that I wanted somebody to read it for my thing for Kamala, because it would be like basically Kamala of how she got into office and stuff. And it was this chick who was sitting next to her guy that was her husband or whatever. And she was discussing like all the previous like nasty stuff she had done over the years, or whatever the case be, with like dudes and chicks both. And she was like, I was fucking, I was sucking. It's like, yep, sounds like Kamala's career at that point, bro. So it was too good. But anyway. But nah, for real though. On that part though, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day on that one, because we are 3.5 hours into the stream right now. So, but yeah, needless to say, there's a new mini game for a couple days here. It's called Hunt the Hunters. It's let's see if I can pull it up on the Discord real quick before we leave, and we'll go over like the whole deal of it right now. I think the biggest drawback, obviously, is that you have everybody from the entire season region being able to attack the things at once, because it, you know, doesn't allow for like the people who aren't pay to wins to get in like full hit stuff and stuff like that. That's what it is there. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, this is what the actually, this is what the last two things were labeled as here. So we'll just pull up both of these right now. Let's see where. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this was the last two events that popped off in the last couple of days. Now is what it is. So we got event 1, which is Moment of Joy, which is going to go until the 23rd, which will be another day from now or so. And this is obviously stuff you can get for the gold fire wings and all that stuff like that. And then it was obtain chocolate by completing task and acquire flowers through purchase. Give chocolate flowers, increase receivers' appreciation, and grants the sender random rewards, which is basically anything from like a little bit of rubies to mostly it seems like just a lot of like tomatoes and shit like that, honestly. And then there's a couple different sets of speed ups that I've seen in there where it'll be like an hour of any kind of speed up, or it'll be like an hour of construction, or an hour of training or something like that out of nowhere. And then so forth and so on. And then, like I said, I think it's about 45 rubies a thing or something like that, so you can get out off the deal too sometimes. And then it was compete in the popular one ranking to receive for receivers, and the generous one ranking for givers of appreciation. Ranking rewards will be distributed after the event concludes, which is only top 100 or so in that one. And then this is the other one here, which is Hunt the Hunters, which is carnivores are on the prowl, hunting the living. Defeat them and compete with other survivors and clans for the best rewards. 3 carnivores bosses will appear 3 times per day at random locations on season region. They appear at 1, 9, and 15 UTC respectively. So that would be, for me, that would be 9 p.m. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, because no, sorry, that'd be 8 p.m. at that point for the one hour in. So yeah, 8 p.m. Then we'll see, 8 hours from 8 p.m. would be 4 a.m. And then 6 hours after that would be 10 a.m. So yeah, kind of weird time periods actually. Like I said, really what it should be is it shouldn't be having like everybody in the entire fucking region fight for the shit. It should be each war pact gets a chance at it, or whatever the case be, until they defeat it, or until it goes away after like a half hour or whatever it is then. So, which the one thing I realized with those half hours that they have for it, depending on which ones you're hitting and stuff like that, there was a couple of those done this morning in like 10, like I think the first go round or whatever was done in like 5 to 10 minutes, honestly, in every single region that I was part of. And then the later it got or whatever, You had, it was that Caveman Jack guy there in the front was not totally done, and everybody else got done before that because with the Caveman Jack guy, I actually got my 30 hits on that dude today. And like I was saying, I didn't get the other ones on the other guys from my secondary region. So it kind of sucks. It would be nice if we could have, it would be nice if they allowed us to actually have extra hits on that one and just be able to put those over throughout the days or whatever if we don't have whatever done on that one. So, but yeah, like I said, I got to 7 mil right now is what it is on that. And that'll hopefully I'll be able to get the other like 5.5-ish mil done tomorrow, so it'll be then. So that's my plan right now anyway. And yeah, I guess it does, but it does is it just generates, it's essentially almost like milk, but without milk, because it just generates like 30 guaranteed hits for you throughout the day is what it is there on these different characters and shit. So like I said, my biggest drawback on the whole thing is that you basically give them a fixed minute guaranteed every single time, and then everybody and their brother that has the shit is just burning through a bunch of 50% speed ups until they're in like 2 seconds or whatever then. So yeah, it's just a waste of time for the free to play people is what it is. Because you might get most of the rewards, but you're not going to get them all most likely. But what is nice on this one is, like I said, you do have Pamela's be part of that reward structure for the most part there. It's like, I think 15 Pamela's overall if you get them all done. And then it's the last 3 or 6 universal frags. So, which is enough to up either Tyrese once, or it is enough to up Pamela once and have one left over. So, anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that being a thing, obviously. But like I said, it would be nice if it would be structured a slightly bit different as what it is there. So, but anyway, yeah, it all depends, dude. And then there was some people in the general chat this morning on the Discord here that were talking about they were in the region with I believe it's Max is what the guy's name is, MIMMAX, who I guess is like a super whale or whatever. And the guy's like, it wouldn't matter what it was because this motherfucker's gonna be, destroying the shit himself pretty quickly is what it is there with his hits. So yeah, it just kind of sucks on that one. And I did notice too when like I showed earlier with that big ass map there where it was just all the lines and stuff. Yeah, it's like everybody and their brother just like, jumping at the shit. And like, unless you're like there to begin with and nobody else is there for the first minute or so, like you're probably not going to get more than like 1 or 2 hits in, honestly, on that. I think I know I did a little bit of damage for sure on those, but yeah, it definitely wasn't what it needed to be, honestly, unfortunately. And it sucks, dude, is what it is, because yeah, not knowing like what you need to get is what it is. And like, going from there is what it is. So anyway, but it is 2:00 in the afternoon, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day on this one, and then I'm gonna go figure out something to eat right now, and then I will go from there and probably most likely just go take a nap after that. Then is what it'll be. So I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Stay safe. Peace out, and always be playing, always be gaming, always be carrying, etc. Because you never know what's going to happen, dude. And like I said, I cannot believe that they let Jesse Smollett off the fucking hook like that, dude. That's such bullshit. That is such bullshit, dude. Whoever is involved in that shit, whether it be his defense team, whether it be the Supreme Court justices themselves, they all need to be in prison right now for letting that fucker off the hook, dude. And his ass needs to be in prison right with him at that point. So, just fuck them all, dude. They're all scumbags. They're all pieces of shit. End of story. So, later, everybody. Peace out.